them know that we are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day, and when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turn to morning dew, then you feel it rushing and lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place, let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. Places, my places.
All right, I don't know what the hell YouTube doing. But anyway, I'm coming, y'all. I'm here. Hi. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I think Sister Soul and Smoke. Hey, big dog. Y'all need a y'all. Everybody that was over there. I'm putting the damn link in the chat for the same people to come on the damn panel. I think it was Sister Soul and Smoke was on the panel. I'm confused. And I'm going to do a share screen because I know A1 had to go because he's tired and he wants to, goddamn, he wants to get some rest for a meeting that he's going to be in later, which really, there's the link. Hey, now, I don't know where Smoking Them is, but, oh, let me find out where y'all are. God damn. So we was talking about this whole citizenship thing, and I'm really like, you know, it confuses me every time somebody explains it, and especially when you get around to the citizenship part. What is his name? To me, this is what it looks like. Y'all can hear me okay? Hey, Bobby. Belinda, hey, y'all. So here's what it sounds like to me, because it sounds crazy. and it makes sense. And I'm not going to knock it. But I always had that question in my mind. All right, if we weren't, okay, at the time, we were not in the corporation as a people. Oh, that's Big Dog. We were not in the corporation as a people. Okay. Got it. Get it? Got it. All right. All right, Big Dog. Y'all got that? We weren't, part of the corporation. We were living on our own lands in the South, right? And then all of a sudden, a 14th, hey, Big Dog, and then a 14th Amendment came out. And it literally, and I'll share it with you. Let me do a share screen. because then it'll make sense. I have to look at stuff. All right. In the 14th Amendment, all of a sudden, even though we were not, part of the United States corporation, um, all of a sudden they came up with a damn 14th Amendment, which states all persons born or naturalized in the United States, in the United States. Okay. So that's interesting. All persons born in the United States. But was we in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Let me copy this shit and put it right here. Because I like to really look at shit for what it is. And this is supposed to be the 14th Amendment. Let me put this in here. Hang on, y'all, because I'm going to share this shit. 14th. 14th Amendment. Now let's look at this shit. And they can probably better explain this to us so they can see where me and I wish Smoke would get his butt up here. I don't know where he is. But, all right, so let me stop sharing that. All right, because I got a paper back here. Now I'm going to do another share screen. So let me share this. So, where's the goddamn doc? Oh, here it is. So if you out there, the people that was on the panel, just hit the link and come up. So all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject in the United States. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, my grandmother and my great grandmother, they were born, but they weren't citizens in the United States. All persons born or naturalized in the United States. But if we're living on our own lands, okay, if we're living on our own lands and we're not citizens, uh, even we didn't even have any fucking voting rights, okay, and I'm gonna make this a little bigger so you guys can see this. It's saying that view. Let me make it bigger. 170. Somebody came up. I don't know who that is. Let me see. Hang on. We're gonna look at this shit. Okay. Oh, that's Sister Soul. I don't know where Smoke at. Where you at, Smoke? Get up here. I'm gonna do the share screen again. I'm gonna tell the story how I know it first, and then we're gonna get to this because it's just driving me nuts. All right. So let's look at the 14th Amendment, y'all. All persons born or naturalized. There's key words in here that really trigger me. In all persons born or naturalized in the United States. All right. In order to be in the United States, you have to be a citizen. If our parents weren't part of the corporation, United States, how then does this amendment apply to them? Because at the time of the creation of the United States, even when it was United States, when we were not part of the United States, how then did this law apply to us? That's the question I'm asking. How does this law apply to us if we were not born in the United States, if we wasn't part of the United States? That's the part that's confusing me. What document made us part of the United States? Because, like, did this even apply to us? When was the 14th Amendment um um put into the Constitution? Let me look that up. But whoever want to talk could go ahead and talk while I look for this. Anybody that want to talk could go ahead and talk. Seriously.
What's the specific question?
Oh well, I'm figuring out the 14th Amendment, but you was explaining something over there. But you could go ahead and explain it.
Well, they put you into a statehood. What happened is your parent, your mom, when she signed the birth certificate, she put you into a statehood with them by signing it. She didn't know that, of course. If she knew that, she wouldn't have did it. But it was something they started doing and implementing for people to put themselves into a statehood because they were taking over everything. They were colonizing every place. And because they created all these rules and the things that they wanted to have their governments founded off of, they were pushed kind of into it. Either they were pushed into it or they left. A lot of them left. They moved, they went to other towns, they would get out of the way, so on and so forth. So once they had their child, because now remember, then they would have their kids probably at home. The grandmama might have delivered the baby, the auntie, somebody of the sort. They didn't have to go to no hospitals and this, and that. So when they started removing us by pushing in with these colonies, creating these fake reservations with the natives that they assumed to be us, the actors and portrayers that they brought from the other lands and came in here, made their little foundations. And then now they have these people they're using against us to replace us, pushing us out and creating a new ideal for them and to switch, to do the big switch bait, turn them into us, whatever, so on and so forth. So now they decide, oh, well, they have these royalties, things that belong to them because they are the royals of the land. And these things they can't get past either way because there's certain things they can't even get into unless they have certain information. So, of course, some of our people that was traders as well, our own people, went along with these people and decided to, allow them certain information. So because of that, they learned our governance. They knew what we was doing. They got all the information, and then they made a mock of it. And this is how they started invading. They started making these companies doing mocking our trade and everything we did, and just basically did a what you could they call it something like a corporate takeover, of everything. So now they say, well, how can we use certain information that's pertaining to them with like stocks and bondings and mineral rights and all these things that were in certain names? They had to create a system to do that. So now they created this system, which is your corporate soul, which is what a corporate soul is. Everybody needs to look that up. They create this fiction, and then now this fiction is able to operate behind the scenes as you, because now they have taken you and put you on in their corporate to be their commerce mule, basically.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So now that they have you as the commerce mule, they can use you to operate in the system of commerce because we are the ones that allow them the corporation. They can't do anything without you. They have to have your signature. That's why they always, oh, here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here. Shit, if you don't sign there, they ain't getting a penny. So whether you think you're getting something or not, they are able to manipulate that corporate soul. Basically, they can take that corporate soul because you're not really aware of it, and by having you participate by giving them the permission per se, belongs to you. You don't know that's what you're doing, obviously, but that's what's going on. You're giving them permission. You give them your information, your social, your date of birth, your name, and then you sign it. So now they can take that because now they have a promissory note. Once you sign something and gave your information on something, that's a promissory note to anybody that they can trade on because they have your information that goes back into your family trust that you're not even aware of, probably. You may not even know the name of your family trust because why? Because they also manipulate you and made you go into a marriage system. So now you change your last name. So anything that does belong to you, you may not even get it. You feel me? So it's all a corporate soul, a fake entity of you that they use to basically be able to fund themselves.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Unless Smoke or Big Dog, y'all had a question. I'm sorry. Oh, I guess not. So let me ask you this. The
Nah, go ahead.
so the 14th Amendment was created in 1866/1868. Now, we weren't citizens That's why I'm at. You see why I'm asking the question I'm at? We weren't citizens. So my thing is, how can you apply a law to people that were not citizens? You see where I'm going with this, sister? Let me just pull it up. Hang on. I'm not being difficult. It's just that even lawyers be difficult like this in court. Oh, let me let Sir Jobs late ass on. Okay.
Oh, I thought I was unmuted because they have unmute. Listen, they have well, ask the question again because I lost thought when I seen drop pop up there because I was just thinking about
Okay.
something. I did a post for him earlier. But what did you just ask, Betty?
Oh
Because
my
I was
God,
trying to
somebody
respond.
else came up. I'm gonna beat y'all's butts for coming up so late. Who's that? Oh, that's Nazi. Okay, hold up. Anybody else come? Y'all gonna sit y'all butt back there until I'm
Betty,
trying
don't
to
make me
share
I'm
this.
lose.
just
You gonna
glad.
make me
I'm
lose
just glad you
thought
and
real quick.
Sister Soul. I'm glad
Huh?
you and Sister Soul can build, man. That's beautiful, man.
Oh,
Y'all
you
some
know I'm
beautiful
always trying
women,
to do
man.
that, brother.
And y'all do your thing, man.
But hold
Hey,
on, brother.
hey, Sister
I'm
Betty.
trying to hear what she was
Huh?
asking because I was trying to answer it and I was muted. She asked something. Do you guys remember what she just asked a minute ago?
No,
Oh,
she finna ask the question again. Look, let Alabama up when he come too.
oh yeah, where he at?
He
I'm gonna
ain't came
put his.
yet.
Oh, he'll be up here. He probably eating some cereal.
Yeah, he gonna need all the energy he can get fucking with me. Go ahead.
Okay, so this, and I'm not being difficult. I'm telling y'all, I'm only being like this because this how lawyers be and prosecutors be. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's not difficult. Just ask the question because I want to answer it because I already had what I was trying to say. I just couldn't get it out.
okay,
Go ahead.
all right. So I'm saying that this law was passed by the Senate on June 8th, 1866, and
Mhm.
ratified 2 years later on July 9th, 1868. So now I'm saying, how can they impose this on us when we were not citizens? That's my question.
Okay, and what I was trying to say is that because unbeknownst to your mother, involuntarily, your mom enlisted you under their citizenship program by signing the birth certificate. So that's what made you the citizen under their system because now your mom signed you up for their system by getting a birth certificate because she had to have you in their hospital. Because when they when they came and colonized and pushed everybody out, they had to take they didn't have anything, the mom, whether the grandmother or auntie, whoever would have been delivering the child, back then when they used to do it. Now they have been moved, they moved out because these colonies and things start moving in, they start bringing in more immigrants, making larger colonies, which was reservations, and now they had to move in. So when they move in, these people have taken everything from them and they're going to their hospitals now. So then they say, "Oh, you have to sign this birth certificate." So this is how they started doing it. The mom didn't understand that. Oh, they're making a system to make these citizens. It was being created at the time. So the mom and everybody wasn't aware of that. So they put the child in the citizenship.
And real quick, I also think through census and in voting, that's how they tricked us. Through census and voting.
Yes,
Y'all
all
got
of
it.
it, brother. Everything that have to do
Yeah,
with
exactly.
with
I'm with you,
them.
sister. I didn't just I'm
No,
with you. I was just adding
no,
that
you
on.
ain't saying nothing wrong. Oh, gee, hold on. Let me just add on. That's all I'm doing. You're right. And I'm just want to verify or reiterate that it's every system that they have. And most of it all pertaining to a church, the schooling, and some type of religion. So they had to have that whole three. That's their basis of foundation. Keep that in mind. That's their foundation. Everything
Yes,
goes
ma'am.
back to those three things. So now they got this basis of foundation and they're creating everything off of that construct. The ability to re-represent us, to act like another people is us, all this stuff is all based off of their theatrical stage play, that continues to play out.
So, um,
And yes, I didn't disagree with anything you said, sister. You got it, sister Betty. Much respect to everybody.
okay, let me see. So, I guess my next question is, did people understand what they were doing? Did they understand that they were um, giving up their rights
No.
to
First off, with
freedom?
with the mom, when it comes to the birth certificate, you got to think. Remember, she's on her basically after giving birth. You know how it is. You have a child, so you know how you're in a state of like, you barely have energy. You're trying to recoup yourself. Your body's going back. All your hormones are off balance. Are you even in a state of mind to sign any freaking contract when they demand you to sign a damn contract of a birth certificate? You're not even in your right mind. A woman,
Right,
most
you're not
times,
of sound mind.
exactly. You're out. You're
Okay.
not in your sound mind. So that's
Okay, but
immediately
what will we say to them if we go to them
Mhm.
now and then they say all these damn years and you just coming now?
You say to them because I just came into my senses. I'm not feeble-minded. I've read and came into my understanding of the law, and you have to know it. You got to stand in it because they will test you and check you. It's no game. They don't play around with your ass. They'll try to lock your ass up, say you crazy, put you in the same asylum,
But
all that shit. So you got to be sound and standing on your square and really know what you're doing. This is a spiritual thing on top of everything. This is real. It's not
I
like, oh,
mean
let me
I
sign
mean
these
they
papers and. But I'm just want to put that out there.
but what if they come and say, hold up, you've been participating in this system for I don't know how many years. You voted,
Mhm.
you you receive food stamps, you've been an active member exercising citizenship rights. So
Right.
now you come to tell me that you didn't know you were a citizen all this time.
You would tell them no. I did not. I didn't understand. I didn't have the capability or the understanding of the law. But now I have full understanding. After you understand it, you learn it, you study it, you're reassured in it, then you can stand in these questions that they'll ask you. And you're gonna let them know and prove to them that yes, I didn't know this before, but now that I know, shit, I'm out of here. It's as simple as that.
So you and they're going to say to you, "Ma'am, did you realize when you were voting, you
They ain't gonna
voted for
say
your
they ain't gonna ask nothing.
represent?"
No, they ain't gonna ask nothing about none of that because you're rescinding all of this stuff. Period. You're gonna rescind all of the things that you have put in and said that you had a participation in. I didn't participate in it in that voluntarily, knowing that this system is under a fraud. Basically, should point out everything. I mean, I can't go over all the shit, but I mean, it depends on what applies to that situation, depending on what you're talking about, depending on what system you're talking about. If you're talking about the driver's license system, if you're trying to go back and do something with the marriage license, your birth certificate, everything has a different, way that you have to handle it when it comes to the paperwork. So that's why you have to know what you're doing. And when you're doing it, you're going to do it the correct way and stand in it. And you know who you are. You know who your mom birthed. You know what who your mom said that you was. And when your mom said that you were this person, that is the woman or the man that you are. They can't create something in the construct of you. And if you choose to, shit, you can take control. You can say, oh, I don't want to be bothered with it. I'm just going to do me, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, nah, hold on. I'm going to take control of it because you did X, Y, and Z and I want parts. I want all of it because it was mine. Shit, I'm the grantor, the owner of all that. That's my damn property. Everything in my name is my property after you've taken the ownership of it and control of it, obviously. But yeah, you have to make sure you're doing the right thing to take care of your paperwork so you are the owner of that, even through their system, letting they ass know. So when
So
taking all those steps, you do all those things, and now you can go ahead with your fortitude of handling your business correctly.
Yeah, real quick, I agree. They basically made a fake entity of us and used it without our permission, basically.
okay, so let me ask you this. So now we went from what mama named us, Bethy Black, to the state creating us as a corporation, the soul as a corporation, giving them power over us because we signed it and gave them power. And now to get out, these are the steps that you need to take. Get your EIN. This is what I'm told by people in the community. Get your EIN number, your passport, and um, create your corporation. Oh, and don't forget to put everything in your trust. That's what I'm told. So is that accurate or not?
None of that's inaccurate. You know, so yeah. all those things. You have to make sure you're doing everything in the proper order and, know what you're doing. It's not smart to like really talk about those type of things on here. Talking about it is
No,
fine, but
I
going to it,
everybody is. That's the
Hey,
thing.
Sister
Everybody is.
Bethany, basically, you have
no,
to create your own
Uh,
business as you as an individual or
I,
entity. You have to make
I,
your entity a business because that's what basically they have done.
it's more than just making your entity a business, though. That's why I'm telling her, brother, she has to make sure she's doing things in the proper order, and it's important to do it in the proper order. You have to do a lot with everything that you're doing, and you got to handle it in the right steps. And you do, yeah, everything you said is correct. Your trust and all of that, you want to have everything under your trust. Keeping in mind the trust protects everything. That's like that's your lock and key. So that's your
okay.
protection. But you got to make sure you know what's under your trust. What do you want to put under your trust? What are you doing? You doing a tribe, so you'll handle that a little differently than somebody else is doing because of certain things you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you do all the same things, but doing having a tribe is different as well. So there's other steps that you would take that other people don't have to take. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to do your
Okay.
fortitude to do
So
everything correctly.
You
okay.
will
So
want to
what?
make yourself. You got it, Bethy.
Okay. Um, what you're taking? Wait a minute. Let me just take that out so
Let
I
me
won't
get
confuse.
in this. Let
Okay.
me get it.
Um.
Now you
Oh.
trying to say something
I.
if you can't hear him.
Oh. Okay. I'll wait until Nadi speaks. Go ahead, Nadi.
Yes, everyone can hear me.
We can hear you now.
Loud and
Oh,
clear, brother.
all right. Bliss up to everyone. First move you want to make is come up from a part of that system. You want to withdraw yourself from their ward. As long as you award, anything you create under that ward still belongs to them. So you want to withdraw yourself as a ward first before you go out and start doing all this other stuff first. And in that process, you'll start to understand what steps to take as you take your first step. But if you try to jump the gun, it ain't gonna work.
Okay. So
And
you first got to relinquish your citizenship, and you're going to become stateless. Then,
No.
you
No,
you're
you
saying,
you,
you're
you
saying coming from up under your system, the only way you come out of the state is when you remove yourself, right?
when you come up from citizenry, you coming from up under the federal grip. You're still in response or representative of your state. You're still in representative of your state. No, you until you create your own business within your state, then you are your own entity within that state. It's going to be dealing in a UCC faction. You
Right.
understand?
I get it.
All right. So that's the
So,
only thing that's the only thing that need to be represented on the state is a UCC fashion, which is a corporation, because the state itself is a corporation. The state is not the people. The state is a corporation that
now
un,
is that
that
still
operates.
you though? Because when you saying this, you still dealing with the straw man and all the
fact.
capital letters. So
I
once we had that social security number with the all capital letters and that ID with the all capital letters, if what you saying we gotta use that, that's the alien. That's not us. We gotta figure out a way to get from under the straw man to start our own contracts. But I ain't mean to interrupt you, Nadi. You got it.
all I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's not
oh,
figuring out a way, it's doing that. You want to withdraw yourself from being represented as the straw man and a
so how do
federal
you
law.
I guess that's the big question right here, Nadi. Are you in order to get yourself away, is this what you need to do? You're getting
No,
away.
no,
What
no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
can I
To,
say?
to,
Let me say it like
All
this,
right, how do you
let,
Sister
remove
Betsy.
yourself from federal?
Listen,
All right.
honey. Okay.
let me
So
give it.
basically, you're going to take the control. If you want to be able to use or have the ownership of that, you can do that. You have to take control of the straw man name as the natural person, the man or woman that you are. You
That
take
comes.
over.
That, hold
Go ahead.
on. That comes. Hold on. To withdraw yourself. You have to withdraw yourself first. This is to
Okay.
withdraw yourself. You have to versus the paperwork they already have in representation of you. So you want to do a declaration and an affidavit this
So
to your state attorney. So your state be aware of your withdrawing from being that entity or that trust of that entity. You
Right, but
are
she's asking, maybe I didn't understand the question. I think that she was asking about how are you just saying, oh, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't, that's nothing to me or what. And I'm trying to explain to her about having the control of it. Now, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, but I'm not sure if that's what she was asking. Maybe I'm wrong.
well. I'm trying to
you're
give
saying
them.
a declaration, an affidavit from state of control, correct?
Secretary of State.
You're gonna make your own affidavit of who
Right.
you are, what you
Yep.
represent.
Yep.
You got to make your own declaration of depatriation because you're not a patriot of their citizenry. You're depatriating from their citizenry, and
You're
you're
doing a
letting them know.
declaration of status. You're doing a declaration of status and you're
So
stating and you're letting them
that's
know who you are. Basically, you're going to let them know who you are, what you stand for. I'm a such and such and such. You being on the tribe, you can say, "Hey, I'm Chief such and such, blah blah blah." Whatever you want to do, it's
Right.
on
Right.
you.
Right. No, I get all that. So
So
it's
that's
still the same thing. You're declaring and affirming
right.
who you are with the state that has control over you.
It's not
Correct?
that you're declaring it with them, you're just putting them on notice. Keep it in mind.
Right.
It's not like you're saying, yeah. So you're putting them on notice so that they know that you're letting, hey, y'all didn't know. I'm letting you guys know that I'm in my right mind. I know who I am and I'm operating as this person, this woman, this chief, whatever it is.
Yep.
That's what you're letting them know because you're putting them on notice of the status because now they have to be responsible for knowing that.
Okay. So that's done. Then
Can you buy land
you put
without a
your
straw man identity? Like, can you buy land without a social security card
Who you
or identification? Because
who
that's
you buying the land
interesting.
from, Drop?
No
yeah.
matter where you buying it from,
Wait,
can
but
you
no, no,
buy
no.
it?
That's not a
No,
smart
I'm
question,
just
brother.
saying
Come on.
because
No,
y'all
I'm just
no.
saying too. Listen to what I'm asking you, brother. Okay.
What is we
Hear me.
buying? I heard you.
Okay.
I'm
No,
saying
no,
no
no.
matter what we buying, do we need an ID or a social security card? If not, this is a good build. If so, we still got to break away from the straw man.
No,
But you got it.
no. You don't. You don't need it to get land. I'm not gonna say to buy land. I mean, I ain't gonna get into that, but yeah, to get land, you don't need that.
All right, now the complication comes in that because when we trying to get buy a house, we need it. When we trying to buy anything, we need it.
You need
We
what?
gotta figure out a way.
Wait, wait.
You
What are you
need
saying
that.
specifically, Drop?
You
You
need
need
them.
what?
You need them all capital letters with your signature under it to make you be part of that straw man. That's why they always ask for a signature, and that's why everything is always in all caps in your name when you buying something, and you
But the
gotta
straw man
sign
is
off
just your property,
to
though,
say
brother.
that's
It's just
you.
the property. Listen to what I'm saying. I hear I hear you. I really do. The straw man is just your property that you own, and you can choose to operate it. And if you choose to operate it, all those things you will be operating through that system that is responsible for paying for it because that system is holding everything that belongs to you. If that makes sense. Like it in anything that you want or need to be sufficient in your life or taking care of your family, they are responsible for the payment of. That's period. That's in the books. I done read over many and many and many a times on Empress channel, on my channel, so it's
Now,
in
now,
the book.
now, do you gotta sign off? Do you gotta sign off to your straw
Yes,
man? Like when you
you
look at the thing you signing off on, that shit gonna be in all caps. That's not you. But you gotta sign off to it. Do you have to sign off to it to make you the straw man and get it? Because
you're
that's the
signing
problem we dealing with. We
you're
we
signing your
separating our entity.
right.
You
You're
got
not
it.
really though. You're signing it, right? You're signing as a natural man or woman, right? But the responsibility is of the straw man, which is the all cash, because all that goes back to them. They are the ones that have the system set up to pay for the things that are under that. Everything that they get money every freaking where, every state, that every county that you in, your state legislator, the township, they get money to take care of you. So all you have to do is take the proper steps to let them know how to fund what they need to take care of when it comes to your necessities, all the things that you need, not wants, not, oh, it's not for no, oh, let me go grab this cash. It's none of that. But it's your necessities, the things you need, a home, a car, food, clothing. These are things that you need.
Okay. So now I want to show y'all something because now I got it right. I'm gonna do a reshare screen because this stuff is truly not no secret at all.
Yes,
Um
Bobby. Real quick, I'm
uh,
sorry. He said, "Do I got mine?" Oh yeah, I wouldn't be talking about it, brother, if I didn't.
okay, because I'm about to show y'all something. Let me do a share screen. Hang tight. Do 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 do. All right. So this is what I'm gathering from you and Nati. And correct me, I'm wrong. So now, um, you the declaration and affirmation to Secretary of State. You're declaring. You're letting them know, hey, I'm here. I'm alive. It's me. I'm not dead. Then you getting you did that. That's your way of withdrawing from the bull that you don't exist, right? Nadi, correct me if I'm wrong. Then you're getting all these other things, the EIN, so that you could buy land. And when you do, you put it in your trust. So you're doing your deck, you're getting your EIN, you're getting your passport, you got your UCC that you created, Bethy Black Inc., the capital. You're taking it back because that's who you are.
If you
You
choose to do
create,
the UCC,
right, right. If you choose to do the UCC and you create your trust, and you said that now their money, they obligated to pay you. So now you're going to start getting that money in your trust. And you're not going to, you're going to sign it as to whoever, but I put a thumbprint there. So that takes you away from signing whatever. That's a thumbprint in case y'all that can't see.
Not even that. Well, you can do that also in red ink, but you can make your turn your signature into an autograph and
right?
get you a stamp and use your stamp as your representation of your entity for as doing business
Now,
affairs.
all I'm saying is this based on what I see here. And I don't want y'all to get upset with me because we're dialoguing, right? You're still in their system because number one, you're going to either the federal government or local state government to get that EIN number. They're not going to allow a robot to come in there and sign and complete an EIN number. Even if you can do it online, you're still dealing with this government.
What is the EIN number, Betty?
You ready?
It's
You
the
ready for
number
the trick?
Wait,
assigned
wait,
by the
hold on,
IRS,
Nadi. What's the EIN number, Betty? Bethy?
employer identification
No,
number.
no, no. But what is it for, though? I want you to understand what it's for. Why you saying you think it's a negative thing? But go ahead.
No, I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's negative. I have one. I don't think it's negative. It means employer identification number. It's
No.
identifying you.
All right. So here the trick.
Uh,
You ready for
You
the
know
well,
trick?
what I'm saying, but okay.
it all right, but go ahead. Go ahead,
You ready?
Natty.
Yeah. So remember now, you took yourself
Hey,
from being,
Empress.
yeah,
Huh?
in original form, when you made your declaration and you did all of this, you originally took yourself from being the ward.
Right.
All right. So now you're not that ward. You already stated that you're a man or a woman, a natural being, and not in representation at any time, any other fictitious entity that's created behind some other fictitious entity. So that's already notified. So now once you do that, you have the right to operate in business.
Right.
So you want to create that same entity at that what they created, that name, incorporated under your control. That's not making you now that person.
Right.
You're creating your own government. You are creating that. That's not saying you are the government. You're the
Right.
beneficiary.
Hmm.
Beneficiaries and executors, people who put money in, you never see them. You don't know who they are. They just what they call them? Investors. Investor.
Correct.
You're invested in this business. You understand this government. So
Hmm.
you don't hold responsibility because you have insurance on your business.
Hmm.
It's bonded. You taking control where the government isn't or the state isn't um representing for you. This is why people say, "Oh, you're gonna be stateless." Yeah, you'll be stateless because now the ambulance and all that stuff ain't just free for you. But you have an insurance bond on your business, and you in representation of your business. So if
Correct.
you go out and do something, it's the same thing, but except the government controlling it, you controlling it. Same
Correct.
thing. And
Right.
that's how you do business. That's what is expected of you.
You're your own government.
Be your own government and do business with their government or any other government that's in representation of a state
Correct.
under UCC. Right. You're taking yourself from being UCC property. Now you're creating an account to deal in UCC like everyone else, but you're not responsible. You're not held in responsibility no more. You have um um tools and remedies already set forth for any responsibility that falls on your entity.
Correct.
Yeah.
I get it. So let me ask you this:
Yes, ma'am.
do you have to report annually to the Secretary of State? Do you have to give them an annual report?
No, ma'am. Once you make that declaration, it's over. Unless you sign some paperwork tying you back to the government.
So,
Like when you go do a passport, you don't do the passport right. That'll tie you
right,
back down to the government.
right.
Make you back the ward again. Now you the trust you the trustor of the account again.
So the Secretary of State, when you created your corporation, who are you? When you create your corporation, you're creating it with the IRS, or are you creating it with, because that number,
Yeah, you want to send that to the IRS so the
right,
IRS properly formatted as is a governing system, and it's allowed to tap into your trust now. That's how you tap into your trust, and you
correct.
don't do it in a cash format. You do it in purchases. You don't do it in a debt. You do it as in purchases.
Yep, I know. And you don't. Mm, okay. Anybody else have any questions? Because I'm not.
No, man.
I guess I'm not seeing how the government is still not part of you, because they gave you an assigned EIN number.
Okay, so hear what I say. So your government you create.
Yeah,
You have to register. All it is, you're registering your government to do corporation in the UCC. You have to have a tax number. You have to have these numbers to do business. Once you separate yourself, yeah, you can go walk out in a jungle or in the woods and live alone. Don't have to ever buy anything. Don't ever have to have money in your pocket or in your hand. You can totally separate yourself if that's what you're looking to do. But if you
right.
wanna if you want to be involved in everyday public activity, you want to create your division of governing.
Okay. So uh um I guess what I'm moving to next
Right.
is that anytime the government has to issue you a number,
Hmm.
they assigned it to you. They gave you that number. It generated from their system.
Right.
And it doesn't release you from
You
uh
you you you're already released, mom. This is what I'm saying. From when you did
I,
your declaration, is already released you. Only thing is tying your business you created. Your business is not you.
right,
Your business is the building down there named Walmart. That's not you. And no, it's insured, it's bonded. So anything that business do, if it run over someone with a cart and separate their leg from their body, they push themselves through the checkout area and get stuck in a thing. You are not responsible. Uncle Sam can't come after you for responsibility no more. It's
right,
you have a bond, so it's better for you to operate your own entity instead of allowing you being the ward of it, and you do something by accident, have an accident, or you have to protect yourself and you bust someone in the head. You won't go to jail. You won't be that person that go to jail, because no, once you create that business under that name, you're not even under regular reform of criminal law. You're under
right,
business law now.
right,
Business
right.
law.
So every white person that owns a business does that, right?
Yes, ma'am. And every white person don't have their babies in the hospital either.
Right. So this applies to anybody.
Anyone. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any and all. Because we all have been placed up under a foreign to America by 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 going by papers and certain avenues we take on public, like public schooling. That automatically makes you a citizen. Um,
There's
any, ma'am, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, no, no. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, any operation we accept from them makes you a citizen. Unless you separate yourself, you can get all those entities of provisions once you create your entity. You won't even need it for real, because now you can do your purchase and tap into your trust. They won't be handling your trust for you. Oh, we took some of your trust and created this public school. So by you operating and sending your child to this school, you're working your trust. We're just working it for you. Instead of that happening, you take control. Now you can go get $1 million house and put it on your trust because it's under
Okay.
your.
I guess my next question is a lot of people that teach this are saying, girl, you have all kinds of money going in your trust. It's going to be going in your trust. Is this the money that where they were sharing your social security number through this big black trading system and money's where you're invested in all these other weird countries when you type your social security number in on that database? What are they, you know what I'm talking about? They're saying, girl, the money's going to start going in your trust now automatically. Is that true?
What
uh
trust? What trust?
Um,
the trust that you created. They're saying that when you type your social security number in that system, you see all these people that
What
are
about all the
running.
niggas that got arrested trying to do that shit?
Exactly.
What yeah,
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know
not
what.
I'm not promoting this. I'm just learning about it, and and
Any you could be a forklift driver, get a forklift license, and operate a forklift in the wrong capacity and fuck up. What I'm
mhm.
saying is, bro,
But if
if
it's
you
something that's due to me, like we talking about recompensation. If it's something that's due to me, how can I fuck that up? Like y'all, it's so many steps to being recompensated. I don't understand that if it's ours, and why are we putting ourselves back on notice with people who we say are fraudulent to begin with?
so they already have paperwork on you.
The paperwork is fraudulent. You per
No,
you reper you no you reperpetrating the fraud by accepting the paperwork. You can't say that the paperwork is a fraud. They misidentified us and then reinforce the paperwork by then, you know what I'm saying, capitulating to it. That don't make sense to me.
did you ever go down and use the social security card to get in school? Or did you ever go and get a driver's license or ID?
Yeah, everybody do.
All right. So it's not fraud because you used it. You used it as it's in representation.
It was already a representation of me upon birth. It was in use without my knowledge before I was even as a youngin'.
Right.
That's how social security cards work.
If you never identified with it from
It
birth,
was already identified with me
you
upon birth by my
listen,
guardian.
listen. I'm talking about you, bro. You per se, you. Once they created a fraud, it was done in fraud because it wasn't of your knowledge. First of all, once
Okay.
you come into knowledge of and you operate in it, it's you playing
Wait,
along with the fraud.
wait. It wasn't done in fraud because it was done without my knowledge. It was done in fraud because it's a fraudulent act to begin with. Once you go back
Uh,
and repurpose, hold on. Once you go back and repurpose the fraud, you can't then say you recompensing the fraudulent act by accepting the fraud. It's
well,
a
check it.
fraud to begin with. Social Security is a fraud to begin with. You can't say you didn't know about it. It's a fraud to begin with.
Hold on. It's a fraud to the indigenous, but it's not a fraud to the foreign. So check it out. When you when you when you go and
Are
have
we
a
talking
child.
about indigenous people or foreign people right now?
Hey,
Hold
real
on,
quick, everybody. The fraud
hold on.
is we real
Wait,
quick,
hold
Nani. Give
on,
me
brother.
30 seconds,
Allow,
brother.
allow me to finish with the brethren,
Go ahead.
please. The fraud, if you go and have your child in someone's hospital, that hospital has an agreement with who gives them grant for that hospital to be open to the public, which is the government, the federal government, by way of the state. If you go and have your child in that hospital and sign that contract, it's on you to sign it. It is no one else. And if you sign that contract, you now open that door, which that thing is already in operation for foreigners. It's not for the indigenous. It's for foreigners. So when your indigenous ass take your ass in there in the foreigners building and do
Okay.
your have your child under the foreigners operation and sign them papers, is you're signing part of the fraud. You're making yourself a citizen, a foreigner to your own land.
The straw man. That's facts, Nadi.
What I
If
was
That's
you
going to
facts.
if
say
You
you
real
have
quick,
signing off.
drop.
You signing off. You
Not debate
signing
hold,
off
that.
hold,
to
Hey,
them
hold up,
hey,
capital.
Sir
what I was
Drop.
going to say
Sir
is
Drop,
All
hold up,
right,
basically
I
bud.
got you,
the
Betsy. I got
fraud
you.
is that we thought it was a government, but it's a corporation that's running our lives and not a government. That's the first fraud. Y'all got it.
But like he
Big
said,
dog.
once you sign off, the reason you signing off is you're that alien now. You're that entity. You're
Uh-oh.
signing off to a straw man. So once you sign something, I guarantee you, when you sign something and you look at your name that you're signing, it's in all capital letters. That make you part of the system. Until we can get away from that part, then I don't know. That's why I'm asking y'all, because y'all bright minded with this shit. We
Just
got
have
to
your
get
babies
away
at the
from,
house like I did. That's easy.
yeah, we got to get away from the capital letters. Ain't no way
So what
around
I'm
that
saying,
fact.
home. Once you have your babies at the house like I did, then you gotta go and you know what I'm saying. get things in the system that we work upon. How do you do that without signing contracts?
You go and buy a shelf company from a Commonwealth state, and then you name that shelf company what you name your
Hold
baby.
on, slow
And
down, slow down. You said go and buy. When I go and
yeah,
buy, you giving the
yeah.
pretense I already got money. Where the money coming from?
Listen,
See, I see. No, 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 no. Stop
Wait,
skipping
wait,
steps, my nigga.
wait. I'm not
Am I getting a
skipping
job to
nothing.
get the
Hold
money?
on.
Somebody loaning it to me? What
I'm
we
not.
doing?
Hold
I'm
on,
not
Bobby.
skipping
Let him
shit.
answer.
You
Let
just
him
hold on,
answer.
sister. He just asked a question on how he want to be able to operate in the system after he done this. I'm giving you the answer, bro. You whether you accept it or not. To work in the system, you have to invest money or some type of collateral. When you go and sign your baby up to the hospital, you're giving that collateral to the system for that child to be able to work in the system. You have to give something to get something. So we can't just be like we're not thinking logically around here. This is what the white man do every
Hold
day,
on,
bro.
brother. No, well, I don't want to get into no white man, black man argument with you. I just want to ask you simply. You said go buy a shelf company. Where's the money coming from in the first place? Because the money is dead. Where's the money coming from? Because a contract got to be made to procure the money in some way, shape,
So,
or form.
so what is the whole system under? What is the whole system? What is the whole purpose of you even trying to get in the system?
I'm not trying to get in the system.
Talking about what are we even talking about?
We
If
trying to
if
get out the motherfucking system,
hold on. If you have your babies outside of the hospital,
right?
what are we talking about from there?
How do I procure goods, services, and resources without contracts, without then indebting myself back into the system?
You have a trade. You have a skill. Can you
Yes, bro.
build?
I got all of that. Most of
All
these,
right. Well,
listen,
I mean, I
okay, the
can't tell
trade
you how
that
to
I
be a
the
man to
trade that
support
I
your
do now.
family.
Hold on. The trade
I
that I do
cannot.
now. Hold on. The
Yeah.
trade that I do now within the
Yeah.
state that I am require licensing. You just can't do it willy-nilly, or you'll get, you know what I'm saying, fines and shit. Now you can do it willy-nilly if you want to and face repercussions of the ordinance and statutes that they've defined. Now tell me, how do I get around all this?
No, you won't. Not if you're not on.
Okay. So let me say this. Um, it seems to me that when doing this, right, like right here, these are the same steps that I take when I want to open up a business.
Right.
Serious. If I wanted to open up
Sister
my
Betty,
own shoe company,
I
these are
asked you
all the
earlier,
steps.
Sister Betty,
Yeah,
not to
Mr.
cut you off. I asked earlier, Sister Betty, is this the same as getting the LLC? Because this is how these so-called white people duck this liability through the limited liability company, the LLC. They just put everything in different LLCs. So I'm asking, are we just giving the LLC a different name?
I'm not teaching this.
Wait,
I'm trying to learn this. I'm I'm not teaching
operating
this. Um,
operating in business and operating in private is two different things. I don't know how we can mix that up.
And I'm
right.
trying to tell you, as an LLC, that is you operating in from the business and private.
Right.
The only two
Private.
steps that I didn't have to do when you're opening a business, whether it's an LLC or corporation, uh, um, a S corp, a C corp, or you. Those are the only two things that I bolded that you don't have to do. Everything else here is required to open a business. That's the same thing as opening a business. There's no difference. So that's, I think, what's really like throwing me off the process to remove yourself or whatever, however you guys call it, It
I gave you the process of removing. That's not the same as opening a business. I said
no
it
no no no
again.
no no. I'm saying the only two steps on there is the two that I bolded. The declaration, not doing that, and the other one that I highlighted. Everything else in there, you open a business.
Now,
It's
I got a question, Sister Betty, and this
that's
for
what I'm saying,
everybody, I
Rodney.
guess.
I'm not
Do they have
being
to
mean or
honor your
anything.
declaration? Like, do they have to honor the declaration? Even when you put them on notice, I get putting them on notice, but do they have to honor the notice because it's simply a declaration? What's the backing to make them honor the declaration?
You have the right to liberty and
They
inalienable.
claim we got them rights right now. I'm
No,
saying,
hold
what's
on.
making the
Hold
right?
on. You just asked the question. Let me answer the question, bro. Inalienable rights and the right to pursuit of happiness and boom 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 all of that, right? Under a citizenship, that's restricted. You're restricted to speech. You're restricted to gathering. You're restricted to certain things, bro. That's why niggas can't hang on the street together. Hey, put 10 and 20 without them pulling up want to search everyone because all of them niggas are citizen and they know it.
Mm,
If they know you not a citizen and you gave them a notice, you have the right to look. When you was born, bro, this is the basis of it. When you was born, there was an announcement in the newspaper. This was out to the public. No one stepped up to that announcement to take claim. So the state, it goes to the state to take care of. Now the state know 99% of the people walking around never sent them a letter saying that they take the claim of their self responsibility. So the state
mm,
know 99% of their citizens that signed and votes and got driver's license. And this is why they put you. You got a driver's license? Let me see. You got ID? Because they want to see, oh yeah, you are ours.
How did the state prove that though? How can the state prove that you never stepped up to assume the responsibility of yourself? Do the state have receipts that they have been taking care of you since the date of
Right,
your
this is what I'm
birth?
saying. They
Right,
moving
they
under
have.
the prejudice
Right.
of assumption. Like, how do
Right,
like what
right.
you saying?
Okay.
Like, I'm
you breaking up, Bobby.
by
Hold
We
on.
can't hear
putting
you.
on. Hold on, wait. Okay, I'm
You
sorry. I
breaking
might
up.
be connected to the Wi-Fi. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. I know exactly what you're saying. All right, so it's not the state having um receipts. Is once you're a citizen, you have what they call it privileges. You have privileges that's amended to you, whether you use them or not. It's on you. If you want to go down there and use free healthcare, it's there for you. You want to go down there and get welfare, it's there for you. If you want to go down there and get um free courses to go to college, it's there for you. If you go and fill out the paperwork and do whatever you want to do as a citizen, it's there for you. They don't have to have receipts. They made it available to the public. So now, as you recognize as the public to their facility or their police, their policies official or police officers, you are their property with no recanting.
Mm.
So who isn't their property then? Just the people who said you're not my property, right? That only applies to the people who said who notified them that no, I'm not your property. Them the only people that's not their property.
Again, when you're notifying, you saying, yo, when this person you thought was born in the hospital and no one stepped up and claimed this person and it went to the state, yo, check it out. I'm here to claim this person. I am alive. I'm not dead, and I don't belong to the state. Period.
So
And
the
they
birth
have to
certificate.
respect it because anyone can claim any lost property that the state or federal government has. As long as no one contests that claim, the state and government gonna continue to be the ward of that property.
So the birth certificate is not it is not a document that certifies you being alive.
No,
Then what is for
no.
then? What is for?
The birth certificate is a bond that's created off a piece of property under the citizenry count. That's it.
Yeah, that's to me. That sound like to me, bro. To me, it's like these people got you niggas walking around here looking for a magic wand, right?
You say
And
what you.
right, I'm just saying that's what it seemed like to me, bro. You ain't got to take what it sound like to me. You ain't got to take it personally. I say it sound like to me. It sound like to me, bro. Not to naughty. I'm not saying the naughty. To me, it sound like these folks got y'all around here looking for a goddamn magic wand to get from under a spell that you've been cast upon. Right? That's what it sound like. That's what it sound like to me, bro.
Right. What they got you doing though?
They ain't got me doing nothing, bro. I do what I want to do. I do what I want to do.
Think you do what you want to do.
Yeah, I do what I want to do. Why you don't? Why you don't do what you want to do? That's my question.
Oh, I do what I want to do.
So what make us different? What make us different then, bro? Because I do what I want to do also.
I can't get incarcerated for what I do at all. Nothing I do. I can drive up the road without a license.
I can too.
And not have risk of going to jail, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'll have that risk factor in my head. I can if someone
driving up
come
the
up.
road is not an arrestable offense, though. That is not an arrestable offense.
Yes.
According to the Supreme Law of the land, the Constitution, driving up the road is not an arrestable offense, bro. So what you talking about?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's called a right to travel, bro. You don't have to have a license to drive up the damn road. Who told you that?
Watch it. So what you driving?
An automobile.
What that automobile? You got it? You got tags on it?
Yeah, tags on it.
Okay, you driving that automobile and it got tags on it. That's a registered vehicle for taxiing.
Do that mean I registered it?
Hold on. So you get caught driving that now. You are driving under the state law. Period. You're not traveling. You're driving. That vehicle belonged to the state. So now, as you driving, they walk up on you and say license, driver's license, and insurance, and you believe you don't have to get it to them, saying you're just traveling. They can still snatch your ass out the car and tell you are driving because you're in a commercial vehicle, bro.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Before you get into your sermon. They have the ability to snatch you out of their car because they have more numbers than you presently, right?
What they got to do with anything?
Yeah, I'm just saying, because what you just introduced to the floor was someone's ability to force you out of an automobile because they have more numbers than you. It's not because of a certain law or a certain code, right? That's not the reason they was able to snatch you out of the damn car. The reason they was able to snatch you out of the car because they are in military gear, my nigga, and they have more numbers than you. It don't got nothing to do with no motherfucking notification that you did to the public, my nigga. They can snatch you out the damn car if they wanted to. The hell are you talking about?
Now, I do know that a lot of babies born in the 90s, they ain't got no damn driver's license. Because my daughter be driving around now since she was 19. She 30. She ain't got no damn license. What's wrong with maybe they know something that I don't know. What's up with that?
Say that again, Sister Betty.
Huh?
What you just said?
A lot of babies.
She basically said her daughter been driving without a license for the last 11 years. To me, it seems like she's tired. She's no longer asking permission to drive.
She won't go.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
I gave her my license a while ago. I'm not asking permission.
I never had a license.
All right, so check this out, and we speaking honestly now. Not just being niggerish, but we speaking honestly.
No, but we niggas though, so we gonna speak honest. We don't have to be niggerish.
The question, man. Let me ask a question. If that hurt you, that hurt you.
You can't set the question up on a faulty premise, bro.
Listen,
That's what I'm telling you. Don't get in your niggery feelings about the
Well, I'm a
question.
nigga. What other feelings can I get into? What other feelings can I get into besides nigga feelings if I'm a nigga, bro? So we gonna, if you want to be honest,
Civil,
don't say don't get
civil,
nigga.
civil feelings. That's what it is. Civil thought, not in the emotions, but actual
What's
thought.
uncivil about niggerish? What's
Driving
uncivil
your
about that?
you driving your vehicle and you hit a car with two.
Automobile. See, there you go. You trying to
Oh,
see? See. I understand. Now you trying to say vehicle to
all
put a
right,
nigga in.
automobile.
Put a nigga
You
in the
drive your transport, whatever you transport.
transport. Hey, transport
Right,
is
okay. All right.
another legal term, bro. That's
Watch
another
this.
legal term. I understand
Damn,
the
no,
tricks. I know
transport
the
is
tricks,
not a
my
legal
nigga.
term.
Don't get up
Transport,
here trying to be
transport is
funny,
not a
bro.
legal term. Nigga, stop
Yes, it is.
lying.
Pull up,
Hey,
pull up
hey, hey,
transport,
Nadi.
Sister Betty,
Hey,
in the
Nadi,
legal.
just say you
I bet
driving
it's
a
a
horse
legal
down the
term.
road. That's all, a horse.
Put up transport.
Yeah, and see if it's not a legal term.
Oh, here it is. I got
See
it.
what we have here. What we have here is separations upon separations, divisions upon divisions, bro. And
Let him go. Either way you go, you can say what you want to say.
It
Transport,
is.
not
It is part of the judgment or sentence of the court that the party shall be transported or sent into exile.
right, that's why if we're
no,
gonna be honest, if we're gonna talk
no,
honestly, let's
no.
lead it.
Listen,
Hold on. If we're gonna talk honestly, bro, like you asked us to, let's leave the legalese out of it. Because
and,
we
and
wasn't
I'm not
born.
on legalese. I'm saying transport, not in
No, no, no,
legalese.
no, no, no. You can't say
Listen. As in,
transport. You can't say
listen.
transport and then
Can't
ask for
listen. You
honest.
can understand. You just
Hold
running your
on.
mouth. You can't
Hold
understand what I'm
on.
telling you
No,
Hey,
because
let
you
no,
him
ain't
go,
been able to
Nadi.
talk.
This shit
I'm
dope.
just
Let
saying.
him go, Nadi.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
This shit
You
dope.
can't ask. You cannot ask for.
It's,
You can't ask for
look
honesty
up
and
transport in the
then go
dictionary
right.
for how you gonna
See,
carry.
this how this legal
Listen,
shit go.
listen,
This how Moors and shit do, right? They don't want to allow you to
listen.
flow. They want to say what they want to say, and that shit got to be definite, unquestionable. But that's not the time and era that we living in, nigga. Everything is questionable now. If you asking for an honest conversation, let's be honest as people and lead a legalese. Then when you get ready to go back into a legalese conversation, ask us honestly, are we ready to get back into the legalese conversation? Now, what's wrong with that, bro?
Dude,
Because
I
just
just,
like I said, real quick,
hey,
Sister Betty's
all
daughter is not asking permission to drive. She's just
right,
driving.
good. Listen, I just asked
So
you,
hold up.
being,
I forgot to add that she don't listen to no damn body, not even me, because I be begging her to get a license because I can't afford to get her ass out of jail. She gonna have to do an overnighter because I don't got no
Hey,
money.
hey, Sister Betty, your daughter ain't scary. She ain't asking
all right.
permission. That's
Hey,
So,
Sister
go ahead.
Betty, I
Y'all
need
got
you
it though. That's
to
all I wanted to
hey,
say.
Sister Betty, I need you to watch Lunel, and I swear it's gonna bring your content up, bro, because y'all the same people, man. So look up Lunel, listen to her a little bit, and it's gonna add
hold
a
on.
lot of direction
Whatever,
to your
whatever,
conversation. Trust me,
whatever you
man. But that
traveling
shit
in,
fire, Betty. Y'all got it.
whatever, whatever you traveling,
Now,
whatever you traveling in, whatever you want to call it, whether it's a tricycle, a bicycle, whatever, I don't care. The question is, if you traveling in whatever you traveling in, and you run into someone that has 3 kids in the car, and as a nurse and doing everything by a citizen account, has a driver's license, she has insurance, and you come damage the car, her vehicle, and you damage her her child. At what point do you feel you're responsible for any of those properties of hers?
You responsible for everything you create, bro. If you create a situation, you responsible that. You responsible for that as well, nigga. If you create a lawnmower, you responsible for that motherfucker. Anything that you create, you responsible for
All right.
anything.
So hold on. So you travel without a license, you travel without insurance, you travel without any provisions to protect yourself as moving, not being a citizen and not doing what everyone else around you doing. But you damage one of those people's things and you don't have any proof to anyone that you have any way to pay compensation or have set remedy for any accidents that you cause because you don't want to be under the system how they have it transisted. At what point you believe you're gonna just walk away from all that action?
No one should be allowed to walk away from anything that they create, bro. That's just the bottom line. I thought we just went through this. Now let me ask
Right.
you a
So
question.
I'm at,
Let me ask you a question. Hold
I'm
on.
no
Let's
hold,
be fair.
hold
You can't come to
on.
question me without allowing me to question you, bro. Let me
Go
question
ahead.
you. Let me question you. So if you're walking down the street and you trip over a brick, right, and you fall onto a lady walking her baby, are you responsible for that?
Nope.
Are you responsible for the damages that occur?
If I trip over a brick that's on the sidewalk and I bump into a lady and damage her baby while she pushing her baby, am I responsible for
Are you
that?
responsible for that?
If that
Nope.
woman if that woman press charges against me and I go in, yes, I'm responsible.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
then. License to walk.
Mm-mm.
Say it again.
Do you have a license to walk?
Do you have a license to walk?
I'm
No,
asking you, Nati. Do you have a license to walk?
I don't know nothing about no license to walk.
So that would mean hold on. That would mean that you do not have a license to walk, then, right?
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
I know you don't
You just
understand because now what we getting down to is we're getting down to absolute and pure motherfucking logic, right? Absolute and pure motherfucking logic,
no,
which is
that's
gonna hold on.
that's
I know you can't stand this, can't you? You got to object. Go ahead,
that's
get it off your
logic.
chest, my nigga.
So check it out. Me walking down the road, and I trip over a stump and cause some damage to a woman. I got a different process I'm gonna do.
I'm not
If
asking
that
you about the process. I asked
hold
you
on,
nothing about the process,
Not-
bro. Now you being
hold on,
dishonest.
hold
You
on,
asked for an
hold
honest
on,
conversation.
hold on,
You
hold
asked
on, hold on.
you asked for an
Wait,
honest conversation. Now you
wait,
being disingenuous. This is why I don't
listen.
go with this Moore's law
I'm not being
bullshit. Because
disingenuous.
all these niggas make these
You don't want to
same
hear
kind of
nothing.
goddamn stances. They say
You
they
don't
want
want
to
to
be
hear
honest.
shit.
But really what they
You don't
want
want to
you to
hear
do
shit.
is they want you to
You don't want to hear
motherfucking
shit. You just
capitulate
make it. You
this
just make it
goddamn
easy. It's
legalism
not
shit.
easy.
They use
I
every motherfucking means necessary to get you to do
hey,
so.
check
But
it
now,
out.
nigga,
Check it out.
these
Check
days,
it out.
we
If you
questioning
were
every
driving,
goddamn thing. You may now have the flow.
thank you. If you were driving and I fell and hurt some woman child, I won't go to jail behind hurting that
Hey,
woman
let
child.
Hawkeye up here, Sister Betty. He said we both wrong. Now I
Let
want
me
him to come with the righteous.
let me
I want
finish
him to come
talking.
with the righteous
You gonna let me
declarations.
finish
Then
talking?
we gonna learn today.
You gonna let
Go
me
ahead,
finish
bro.
talking, or you ain't gonna let me finish talking? All right. So you driving and you hit some woman and do something to them children, you'll go to jail behind that for not having that provision. Not me walking. I won't because there's no license required for me to walk. But it is a license required for you to drive. And if you do something and fuck somebody's people up, you are responsible to go to jail. Now, what I'm telling you is that you putting two fucking apples in the barrel with two different color. They the same. They are apple, but they're two different fucking color. So use your brain sometime. Don't just jump out the side of your neck like some Russian kid to talk. You check. You come with
Flattery
that
will get you.
fucking.
I got a
Flattery will get you
question.
nowhere, my nigga. Now let's get back to the
I like
concept. Let's
I
get back.
Go
just
ahead,
told
Sister
you what
Bethany.
you
We
gotta
listen.
say about that. What you gotta say
Okay.
about that now? You got
I'm gonna
something
say
else to
something
say?
when you get. I'm gonna say something when you get
I
through
got
Well,
I
talking.
got I
All I
got a
need you
I'm
to
gonna
question,
do
say,
y'all.
is to get through
What else you
talking.
got to say? What
I
else
All
got
I
you
a
got
need
to
you to
question.
say?
do is to get through talking.
Okay, I got a question real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
Sylvia Jones been sitting on here for a minute.
Go ahead,
Sylvia,
Sylvia.
Sylvia, go ahead, baby.
Good
Cause I
afternoon,
you know
everybody. Peace
good
and love.
afternoon, love.
How you guys
peace,
doing?
Okay.
sis. Much
This
respect.
is
All right, sis, baby.
very interesting. I just wanted
It
to say
is
that
interesting.
it does that. Are you guys saying to become a sovereign citizen? I'm not sure about the LLC part. What you guys are really the direction you're giving everybody. I'm kind of confused.
No, you don't want to be a citizen by any means, but sovereignty, yeah, I do agree with that. I think everybody was born. I think everybody on this land, that's from this land, historically, was born sovereign. Then they got tied up into these deplorable ass contracts. That's my opinion. But go ahead.
So when you give birth in, let's say in the hospital, and they give you that birth certificate to sign, unbeknown to yourself, what you guys are saying, we actually giving our children over to the state, the government.
Yeah, that's the fraud shit that they got going on with the system. That once you sign that birth certificate, you are indeed declaring your children now states property.
So what as a parent should we do going forward? We knowing that that's what we're doing, and like the gentleman said, that it's in the newspaper. It automatically comes into a newspaper. See, a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
didn't
us
know
young
that.
people don't know that. So what are we supposed to do,
Births,
and how are we supposed to prevent that?
yeah,
What
births and
Let me
newspaper is
let me
that?
birth
pause right
record
there.
and the what the other section they got it the obla I can't remember the name of that word.
Obituaries?
Yeah, obituaries. Yeah, they got the birth section and they got the obituary. So every time somebody born, it's announced in the public. Every time someone dies, it's announced in the public. So yeah, they got both of those avenues covered. But to
No,
answer
they
your question,
yeah.
I say the only remedy, even though they offer other remedies, I don't think they are remedies. But the only remedy, if you ask me, is that all parents who do not agree, all like my parents who do not agree with this type of uh legal situation or contractual obligations should get together and just do something about it. I don't think you ought to follow the fine print on how they instruct you to do it because under my opinion, if they put you in this mess, I don't think they offering you a way out of it. That's just my opinion. But go ahead.
I agree to that, and that's what I'm under. That's why I'm
What
confused. How can we get
so
out from under it, not unbeknown to ourselves?
tell me what you're gonna do until the time they change it. You saying stand up, stand up and go against it. What is standing up and going against it? Just saying stand up and go against it? What is standing up and go against it?
Somebody gonna take that?
No, you the one said it. You take it.
No, I didn't say stand up and go against nothing. I said all like-minded parents who do not agree. All like-minded parents who do not agree with it should get together and try to come up with alternatives by all means necessary. I don't care what the alternative is. Hold
What
on,
is the
you asked
alternative?
me for
Don't
my answer,
say
bro.
that.
You asked
Give
me,
the
hold on,
alternative.
bro. You asked me for my answer. Now you want to
Yeah,
interrupt me?
give
What's
me the
going on? What's
alternatives.
going on, bro?
Don't go around the
What's going
circle,
on,
bro.
bro?
Don't toss me to
Basically,
death.
it all
Can
stems
I
down
finish
to
my answer? Can I
changing your
finish my
Okay,
answer?
status.
give me
That's
the
what it all
Okay.
boils down
All
to.
right, let's
Y'all
let
got it.
Roz ask the question. Let's let Smoke answer the question. And then
Damn, this
Rod
shit
and then
ridiculous.
Naughty get to respond to it. So go
Man,
ahead,
look,
Smoke.
bro. All like-minded parents get together if they do not agree with this paradigm. You know what I'm saying? This is a concerned parent. She's just asking. Now I'm offering her my opinion. That would be my opinion because I know it got to be a lot of parents who do not agree with turning their children over as state's property. Who would agree to that? I wouldn't. Right? So I'm saying all like-minded parents who don't agree with that should get together. You know what I'm saying? Meeting of the minds and come up with a solution to that. In my opinion, I'm saying by all means necessary, any means. That's just my opinion. But you got to come up with your own determinations. I relinquish the motherfucking flow.
Can you give me
Okay.
some direction as to how we should go about it? I mean, you still got an open door there that's still you're not really.
Stop
and
having your
also,
babies in the hospital.
Well, I
what's
understand that,
gonna
but it's too late for that. So
Hold
now, how can we go
hold
about
on,
it?
hold on,
No,
hold on,
hold
sir.
on.
it ain't
Because
too
I
Hold on,
said
hold on.
let Naughty
Let me
speak.
ask
late
you a
for
question.
then.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Hang on,
Since
Bobby.
I just had
Bobby,
5 babies
Bobby. Oh, hold
outside
up,
the
Bobby.
hospital.
Bobby,
So it,
baby. Bobby, hold up. We got to let Naughty respond, and then you go after him. We try to keep it in order so people can hear. Okay, go ahead, Naughty.
Yes, ma'am. The question again was, and up until that time, someone figures something out of everyone's holding a stance or coming together to try to figure something out. The same thing is still going to be continuing. So, at what point you're going to do something different? If we go about brother Bobby, give thanks that he had successful um enterings into the world, right? Not everyone is so kind and knowing of that knowledge. So you looking for everyone just to stop having babies in the hospital without any knowledge of how to bring a child in this earth. You're gonna have a lot more of atrocities than solutions. So in all honesty, since you're the smart guy and you said my way in, I don't have any solutions. You don't want to hear my solutions at all. But you have the solutions because you said you smart. Let me hear your solution. Solution. Because I have solutions. But you don't want to hear that.
Okay, Bobby, and then Smoke. I mean, Sylvia. It's, you want to hear the answer? Where did Bobby go? Oh, there go Bobby. Let Bobby
Oh
respond,
yeah, I'm still here.
and
Y'all
then
go
we
ahead.
can
I
see
just
which
wanted
one
to
you
make
want.
sure my mic was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested in what Bobby has to say.
Oh, I just said stop having your babies in the hospital. That's step one. It's literally an act of looking forward to the future and trying to not to put them bonds on your children. And it's not too late to do that.
So, a birth at home, how would your child become a citizen? What
Wait, hold
what is
on,
their
wait, wait,
future
wait,
of not having no
wait,
social
wait,
security
wait,
number in
wait,
the birth
wait.
certificate?
Hold
Am I still
on.
confused? Did I misunderstand you?
No, it don't misunderstand me. But I literally asked the brother Ross that earlier about once I had my babies out the hospital, how do I procure funds? So
Yeah.
how I'm doing it, how it's going about right now, I'm the one that's sacrificing myself to protect them, which I don't think many parents willing to do to sacrifice themselves for the next generation. Now, what my children do for their babies, my grandbabies, is gonna be on them. But what I'm willing to do is sacrifice myself so they ain't gotta go through the bullshit.
Does that make them illegal to the United States at that point?
I guess they do shit.
And so, how could they secure their future to go about getting 401ks and secure their
I'm not trying to
banks and
secure
stuff?
that type of I'm not trying to secure that type of future for them. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to secure a future separation.
Okay. I'm still a little confused, but okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
I mean, I don't understand how that's
Um,
confusing.
Miss Sylvia. Miss
Well, I
Sylvia.
just
Hey,
don't
I
think
just
that it's a. I think it's like
Miss
a
Jones.
jeopardy to them. That's all.
Yes,
That's
Miss Jones. Miss Jones.
yes.
There's a simple solution, ma'am. And my brothers, they do things on their own way. My hats off. That's admirable of them. I'm not knocking them. But there are ways that you can do it. It's done every day. I do it. I've been doing it for the last 20 years. It's no issue. You just have to be up under the right person that know what they're doing or know what they're talking and not have a bunch of distractions. That's basically what it is. A person that don't understand something is always going to be argumentative with it. If people understood certain things, they wouldn't argue about it. They'll put in their explanation of their understanding. So I have an email, ma'am, and I done helped a lot of people. And if you want my email, I can help guide you in the right direction. But it does take self study. So if you're
mic
willing to,
check, mic check.
yeah, we
Okay.
hear
Now,
you.
now, real quick, we're talking about changing our status, right?
Correct.
Getting out of the under control of the corporation,
Correct.
right? Okay, basically, you know, let the state know who you are. That's what I did, point blank. I corrected my status and my family status and my daughter's status.
And that's by the declaration.
What if they never had a status?
What are you wanting to do if they never had the status? You want to keep them out of repercussions? You want to keep them from being business owners, or you want to?
Wait. Now this the question that I asked earlier that I got so much pushback on. Because me as somebody who have had babies outside of the norm, outside of the birth certificates and all of that shit, I said to y'all, especially you, Rasta man, earlier. But then
Right.
how do we go about, you know what I'm saying, securing resources for the babies without them signing contracts back with the system? That nobody could give me that answer. So
I did.
hold
I
on,
did.
wait a minute. So this
Like the,
ain't me, arguing, being argumentative or shooting at nobody. This is literally me saying that when it all boiled down to it, whether you putting it on notice with the system, whether you're doing it like me, not even having your babies within the system or this or that, at the end of the day, with the way this system is set up to procure funds and resources and all that, you're going to have to figure out some type of way to do business and deal with them. That's the only reason you're putting yourself on notice with them in the first place, in order to still deal with the system. So what's the, why not just get an LLC or
I,
something like that? What's the
I give
difference?
because the LLC is still gonna have to have a responsible party. So what I'm
No,
saying,
no, you the respond. No, no, you
bro,
don't. No, you the responsible party to your straw man.
listen, I know this exactly. You're right. You're the responsible
I
party
know
to
what
your.
I'm talking about. So the same, because the straw man is a corporation.
Listen to me,
Hold
bro.
on,
You-
bro. I've been
you want-
listening for a long time. I've been muted
not-
for a while, and now that I'm talking, you want me to listen. Y'all, obviously, you're not
bro,
listening to me.
I just said something, and then you just came back and said something that we all know. Now I'm
Well,
I
if
trying to
we
told
give
you
you.
going,
this shit is a religion, bro.
wait a
You can't
minute, brother.
question this bullshit.
Okay,
Man,
wait a minute,
This shit
brother.
a
Wait a
damn
minute,
fucking
brother. Wait
religion.
a minute, brother. I just asked you, how can I get the LL? If I get the
every time I
LLC,
say
you
something, you have the next hit to say something in response. I can never get the answer out, bro.
don't say never. Don't say never,
No,
bro, because
allow
I've
me
been
to.
muted a
Allow
long
me to
time.
know
Go ahead,
every
bro. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
no. Thank you. So I just tell you people how to get yourself from being under the responsibility as the straw man ward. I told you that. Now you wanted to know how you operate into business, even if you didn't have your children in a hospital. How can you evolve them into being
You can
business
never
owners?
get up under, and I'm saying that, how can you get from up underneath the straw man ward if you putting a state on notice of the straw man which you still finna operate with? You're telling the state.
Which one do you want? Do you want the one that you go and take yourself out, or you want the one when you don't have your babies in it at all? Where are you at? Because you keep throwing me around the wall, bro, from one place to another. I can't keep giving you
I'm not
jumping.
throwing you around. I'm
All right,
giving
so
you I'm giving you
which
real
part
life
are we
situation.
talking about? We talking about a person that took themselves from being a straw man, or we talking about a person that never was a straw man in the first place? Which one?
Either one.
No, give me an example. What you want to do? Because
Either
I
either either example is gonna have to figure out a way how to deal with the system. That's the point that I was making to begin with. That's what the sister was making.
But that's what I was trying to tell you from jump, bro. All right, say okay, start over. If you don't have your children in a hospital, or if you have your children in a hospital, you don't want to sign them, you don't have to sign the birth certificate. There's a way you can get out of it by saying you never named your child. You don't want to name you don't know the name of your child yet, or you want to wait until the baby get christened and get baptized. You can tell this to the hospital, and they won't make you sign that contract.
When the baby get what?
Oh my God,
Did you
Christian,
say
Who
baptized, nigga?
baptizing their baby? I ain't
Who the fuck
baptizing
God
baptizing
nobody.
the baby,
damn!
nigga?
Listen, man. Listen. Cheese and
You ain't
bread. Why I
baptizing no
gotta be
motherfucking
talking to a
baby.
fucking
Nobody ain't
idiot?
baptizing their motherfucking
You ain't
children.
no
No way.
Damn,
baptized.
I
What this
gotta be
nigga
talking
talking
to
about
That's
right
people
taking
that
now?
them
got
to
no
the
Man,
church.
goddamn
I'm glad
sense.
everybody heard that right there.
Baptizing them and giving them to the
The
church.
fuck
What
you
the fuck
talking
you
about
Damn,
talking
do
about?
baptizing
you
a
hear?
baby, nigga? If I
I ain't
gotta
Did you?
baptizing
baptize a
my
baby
daughter.
to get some right,
Wait,
hey, Sister
listen,
Sylvia, this is what
listen.
I was saying earlier. This is why
Guys,
I want to separate, because if I gotta baptize
no,
my baby just to get right, I'll just
no,
be
nigga, I
separated,
didn't say
man.
you have to baptize your child. I didn't say that. Listen to my words again. Listen to
I'm
me.
listening. I'm listening, brother.
If you have your child in the hospital and you do not want to sign that contract, i.e.,
Right.
birth, tell the hospital you haven't decided on a name for your
Hold on,
child.
wait. Now, this for all the people who've had children in the hospital.
Yeah.
The first contract, the first contract them babies signed is the footprints and the handprint shit, I thought.
No, no. First contract.
I thought wait a minute. Anybody who
Listen,
had a baby, don't they put that little footprint shit on
li-
the baby as soon as they come out?
listen,
Yes.
listen,
Okay.
listen.
So that supersede the
No,
motherfucking birth
no,
certificate.
no,
Do y'all know that? Oh my
no,
God. Them fingerprints
no.
and them
It does
footprints
not.
supersede
It
the
does
birth
not.
certificate, bro. I know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't. Listen. All right.
All
So
right.
check it out. When your when your parents
Oh
create
my
you,
god.
your parents created you. So by your parents creating you, and they automatically admitting that they are agents for the state. They have a
Right.
social security number. They have a birth certificate. When
Right.
they go in, it's assumed that they are the product of the state. They never
Right.
showed any information that they product of the state. They just
Right.
assume. So when they take that fingerprint, that handprint, and that footprint of that baby, it's in preparation for your parents to come sign off that it's in correction. Now
Exactly.
the sign off, the
But
sign
they
off
do that first, right? They do that first, right? Don't you just said they do that
Nah.
first, right?
that that's not the contract. That's making the
Nigga,
preparation of the
bro, listen.
contract,
A
bro. God
fingerprint
damn.
contract is way more than a motherfucking
Uh,
signature. Is you crazy?
how can a fingerprint contract be any type of
Sister
legality?
Betty,
Hold
Sister
on,
Betty.
listen.
If I,
Oh
oh
man,
my
damn!
God,
I cannot
I'm
Sister,
just
stand
it's
this.
listening.
contracts right now. All you got to
I,
do
I
is put a
cannot.
thumbprint on it. I swear to God.
I'm
I
just
just
listening.
listen to what I finna ask you. If you hear me if you stop
Oh.
talking. How can a legal contract of any fingerprint be submissive when it's put on a child under the age of conception or under the age of any type of rights?
Bro, man, these folks got wild ass scientific laws. They're assuming that
No,
niggas
no.
is
It
so. Oh, I'm
listen.
finna tell you how. I'm
The
finna tell you
contract
how
is
right now.
solidified.
Can
The
I tell
contract
you
is
how right now?
solidified when the
Damn.
property
Okay, he
identified
asked a
is
question and then
signed.
don't even let me get the answer. You
Damn,
want
I
me to
just
answer you?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you want me to answer? Okay. The reason why they could put that on a child is because these people going off of maritime law. They're assuming souls is being reborn back into bodies under conscious level. So they already working off of presumptions and assumptions, nigga. They don't give a fuck if you a child. They locking up 9-year-olds, man.
Oh my
Ignorance.
God.
Hold on, wait a minute. Ain't it written that ignorance is no exceptions of a law? That's even for a child, nigga. So what if the baby didn't know it, nigga? The baby under the nigga, don't you they write that so it could be like that?
I don't know why we going through this. It's where you sign the fucking
Okay, all
contract.
right.
It solidify the contract. We can fuss and fight all day. You have to sign the contract for it to be solidified as the true intents. Period, bro. So now, if you don't sign this contract again, you have a way out by not naming the child. All right. If you don't name the child, they can't put a name on the documentation for in the respect of. All right. So you have two options. What they respect. The two options they respect right there is I haven't figured out the name. We haven't decided. The next option is we're not giving a name until the baby's christened. That's all you can say. Don't mean you got to go take your child and get baptized. This is the excuse for their cathedral of operation has an point where they'll do the process for free. So now your child is not as a registered ward to the state. That
So
child
what?
ain't even got. Yeah.
Now
So that
Bobby,
baby
right.
gets
Here's
registered
here
as Baby Jones or the mother's last name, the
No.
father's last name. I
No,
mean, they'll still have some type of initiation. Am I correct?
no, you don't have. You do not have to
Yeah, they
sign
would. Hey, listen right quick. Hey, listen, Naughty. Bobby, right. Listen. If you're
that.
delivered in by a doctor and you're delivered, you're in the system, whether it's your footprints, whether it's whatever, right?
That's all
If
I'm
you
saying,
don't
man.
have that, if you don't have that baby in your own basement, they're born in the system. There's no way around it. There's insurance took out on them.
Eh,
The name would be if you don't sign nothing, the name gonna be baby boy or baby girl.
Exactly.
It
Fact.
ain't gonna have. It just won't have a name.
Your ass will
So
be
you gotta
Jane Doe and John
understand.
Doe.
Oh my
Yeah, you
God.
born in the system once somebody signed a contract to deliver a baby. And when they
This,
deliver your baby, that baby is in the system. If you ain't having that baby midwife term in the basement, bro, you in the system and you gotta figure out a way to get out of it. But y'all
that's
go
not
ahead.
not true.
It is
Listen,
true,
let
dude.
me tell you something. We have a
So
brethren, we have a brethren everyone know named Ab TV. He had three of his kids exactly like this. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Listen to what I
bro, and
say.
he went through
Hold on.
paperwork, bro.
Uh,
I know you right,
I
Nadi. I know
telling you,
you
I telling
right,
you
but
straight from,
I'm
I telling you
saying
straight from
he had
World
to do
State, bro.
something. Listen, Nadi,
Bro,
he
you
had to
have to
do
Go
sign
something.
the
ahead, John.
contract
Listen,
to
Nadi, I'm giving you
solidify
the
it.
mic right back, Nadi. I swear to God,
Man,
I'm giving you the mic right back. He had to do something to make that possible. But when he had them kids, at that
mm,
point, he had to do something else to take the sovereignty off of them. Once he had them in the hospital, that wasn't all. He ain't do nothing when he took his baby home. He had to do something else. So I
no,
would love to hear the knowledge on what
he,
he did to make his kids
I just,
sovereign. You got it.
I just told you already how the process rock. The contract of the property is not solidified unless there is signed, is signature, bro. For the fact of the affidavit is the signature you're putting on there saying this is true. If that never happened, there is no contract built off that child, bro. Period. You as a parent or a slash IE of um um officer of the court or the officer of the state has to
Nasty, turn your
sign that.
camera on.
Man,
You
that's
say,
not true, man. Me and my girl tried to pull that shit on my son,
no,
right? And they
you got
named him
how
Baby
someone.
Boy, bro. Listen, bro. Once we had it in the
I'm telling
hospital,
you,
bro. Listen right
I
quick,
don't
Nadi.
do it myself.
Bro, quit being arrogant and listen, bro. You
It
gonna
ain't no
learn something,
arrogance.
bro.
You sitting there
All right,
lying
well,
to the
cool. I'm
people,
telling
Lamar.
you exactly what
You're
happened when I
lying. You're
did
lying to the
what you
I
people.
talking
told
about.
you this shit is
Listen right
unquestionable.
quick.
Hey,
Okay,
All right,
drop,
hold
cool.
on,
Just
hold
You're
on.
listen
lying.
right.
hey,
All right,
drop,
bro. Just listen right
drop,
quick, bro. I
drop.
ain't
I told you
attacking
you
you
can't
or nothing.
question. You can't question
Bro,
this
just
religion.
listen
That
right
nigga
quick,
got
bro.
a
You can't
South
question this
body pepper
religious
in his
shit,
hat,
bro.
I think.
This
I
shit
just want
God
the nigga to
Almighty, bro.
listen, bro. My bad. Y'all got it, bro. I can't talk nowhere. Everywhere I go. Listen, bro. Me and my girl try exactly what you talking about. We ain't signed nothing. They named the baby Baby Boy.
How
And
you
it's
know that?
still listen, bro. Hush. And
I
listen, bro.
actually know.
Bro, is you ever gonna learn something from me, or is you always gonna
I'm
antagonize me and
asking
make
you,
me
how
sound
do
like a
you know
drunk
Hey,
that
go
ass
he is
ahead,
nigga?
child
man.
baby boy?
All
Go
How
right,
ahead,
you know
cut it
cool.
that?
out
All
here.
right, now, all right, cool. I'm telling you what happened, bro, when we ain't signed nothing. You was talking about long as you don't sign nothing and all that weird shit. Bro, they labeled our kid off wreck, bro. He just didn't have a name. Once that doctor deliver your baby and they take that footprint and they go into that goddamn nursery, bro, and then you discharge from the hospital, bro. I don't care what you ain't signed. They got
Hey,
the numbers and the markings of your
you
baby,
got
and
a birth
your
certificate.
baby is a number, bro.
You
Just
got a
like
birth
prison.
certificate for your son.
Bro, let me finish.
Peace,
Y'all
peace,
got it, bro.
A birth
Bro, I
peace,
certificate.
can't.
peace,
Hey,
peace,
bro.
peace, peace, peace.
Peace, man. But at least let
How
me
y'all doing
finish.
today?
But
How my
we
algorithm
doing
think
great
so?
until you interrupted me. But y'all got it, bro.
Lion share. If you don't turn your camera
I got
on,
a question.
I'm not
Have
gonna let you
anybody had a
explain.
child in the last 5 years?
Oh, okay.
You got an echo. You got an echo.
Now that's deep. I ain't had one in 5 years because that's a good question.
Have
Anybody?
anybody on the panel had a child in the last 5 years?
Have I
Drop
had
it.
a
What
what
is
in
the
5 years?
mic?
You can't hear the guy.
That's coming from you, Sir Drop.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Oh,
said
that's
have anybody had what in 5 years?
my
a
daughter's
child in
12.
the last 5 years.
Yeah, I have. I've had three babies back to back to back. I'm from Chicago. I did it like the Bulls, 3 years in a row.
Okay. All right. So me and you in the same area. When I had my child, we went to the hospital and we both signed uh um
Birth
I
certificate.
think it no, not a birth certificate. It was a certificate of birth.
Right.
Then they forced, well, we left the hospital, child, everything.
Right.
But to do anything, as in if schooling or anything, they was pushing for a birth certificate.
Right.
I think that's where we having an issue. What's the difference between those two?
The certificate of birth is that first thing that I was telling you. That's where the footprints and all of that shit come in. That's
Because
your certificate of birth.
that's what I signed, but his
Right.
actual birth certificate,
The
I'm not
certificate
on
of
there because
birth, the
I didn't
certificate
sign
of
it.
birth is what's used to say that you was you know what I'm saying, an actual person who was born. But the birth certificate,
That
like the brother, like the roster brother was saying, is what tie you back into the system.
that's
My
what I'm
thing
trying.
is
Yeah,
what I'm no, but what I'm saying is this: either way it go, you're gonna have to find some type of way to tie back into this system. Whether you did like my child right now, I had three. My first two children I had in the hospital. My three boys I had well in the medical center. My three boys I had at the house. You see what I'm saying? But
uh,
I gotta go through the same. I gotta go through the same shit with them. You know what I'm? All my babies got affidavits. I go to the motherfucking. We gotta go get shit notarized just so we can get like exemptions on shots and this and that.
uh-huh.
But when it comes to that birth certificate and my three boys, they not have the state is not having it.
Yeah.
Them three little boys, my three little boys don't exist to the state right now. They do not exist. They're not an entity
No,
as far as the state, right? And
no,
that's the thing that we saying like, yo,
right.
that's more power to
No,
Bobby,
my
right? That's
brother.
the thing we say we want to
Now,
achieve.
Bobby,
Now,
Bobby.
how do they go get
No,
money? How they go get?
listen,
You see what
listen,
I'm saying?
listen, Bobby. What you need to do is go and create entities like a corporation for those kids and get it bonded. Get it bonded. So now they have a bond on anything, anytime they in life, and they might do something out in public. The police cannot fuck with them, can't tie them back to them in no type of way award because they already have an insurance on themselves from beginning. The state don't have insurance on them. The state is not in representation of them. They are in representation of themselves. So now what you want to do is make them a business. Make that name. This their name. You're not making them. They're making their own business so they can do business with other businesses. And it's
Would that be
bonded.
the would that be the
But
And
LLC,
listen.
Naughty?
Hey, but
no,
listen,
no, escort,
I'm not
escort
against
them.
I'm not
Escort.
against none of that. I'm not against
Hold
none
on,
of that.
hold
My
on, hold
thing
on.
is hold on, listen, this
I'm
all I'm
not,
saying. Whether if
yeah,
you do it my way, whether you separate at the beginning and find a way back in, or you tie in and find a way out to go back in, you still gonna have to play this seesaw
yeah,
dance game with
yeah,
these people.
you
That's
have
what
to.
I'm saying. So
Yeah, yeah, you have
it's
to.
like even though hold on, listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. I did the shit that niggas said separate from the system. And guess what? At the end of that rainbow, you got to go find some more motherfucking paperwork to acknowledge yourself back to this stupid ass system. How the fuck is this making sense? That don't make sense to me.
Well, if you don't, you are gonna be responsible. So it's either you
Hey,
want to take yourself from being
I get it.
the
I get it. I
identifying
get it.
responsible
But
party. You know
hey,
what's up,
Mike
man.
check, Mike check. It really ain't this deep. It's about changing your status from the corporation, letting the corporation know you ain't that nigga.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
That's what basically we've been
That's
getting
all I'm trying to
around.
understand. How
hold
you
on. Okay,
still
Still
wait,
got
gotta
wait,
to
wait,
sign
wait.
off
I
on
don't
the
think you
straw
can hear
man
me
though.
though, OG Leo. My children ain't never been associated with no corporation.
You got an echo, Bobby. I don't know where it's coming
No, that
from.
was me again. I unmuted. My bad, Bethy.
Because
Oh,
basically that's the problem. The state, we're dead entities to this corporation, letting the corporation know who you are. You not that colored person or black or African American. Changing your status. It's an individual thing. Unless
No,
you're
no, no. Smoke signals say you don't have to do that. So what do you
I'm
do if you
saying
don't
that
have?
I'm saying
No,
this.
Bobby
My
saying he
child,
ain't got his
do you
kids
hear what
ain't
I'm
going.
saying, Drop?
you
My
got
child never had a status.
We understand
Ain't no
that.
status to be changed.
yeah, I got
We
you, Bobby. I
understand.
got you.
So
We
I'm saying
understand.
from that point, listen, from that point forward, what y'all telling me is that they gotta create another status in order to be a part of the system again. Now I
If,
want niggas who no whoa. This my smoke. Niggas who telling me to separate from the system, make it make sense how y'all telling me to change the status in order to fuck with the system. Cause
I
my
think
babies ain't got no
I think
status
they
in the
saying
system
to
right now.
do I
how
Now
think
many
they
y'all
saying
telling
times
me
to
I
have
do
gotta
you?
time back in the
How
I
many?
system.
think they
Okay,
saying
what
to do
part you don't
commerce.
understand? Hold on,
If
hold
you
on. What part you don't understand? Where if you don't change the status, you are held responsible for anything you do.
He's
I don't
saying
think
If
that's
there's
what
you,
no
you're saying.
status to
there's
There's
change,
only
nothing that
one
can
thing.
be
Naughty.
Here
said
it is,
about
drop on
that.
this bitch, which is crazy.
Naughty. He's saying there's no status to change. They don't have a
All
status.
right, so
So
hold
all
on.
right, now how do we get how do we deal with the system without the straw man if there's no status to change from the straw man?
He
They
telling
have
me I
no
gotta
straw
create a
man.
straw man.
Cannot deal in the system without a straw man. Period.
Now, do y'all see the fucking foolery in that?
How is it the foolery? It's created for that to work and work
Because it's
only.
still making you responsible. Now my child is responsible for the straw man.
Hold on, no, it's not, bro. Not if you create one and
he's saying make a
Now I gotta
business.
create some more
uh,
loopholes in order for him not to
uh,
be responsible for the straw man.
yo. So check it. The straw man entity, the whole world of the straw man is commerce, trade and commerce. Period.
Commerce,
Business.
like I said.
I get it. I get it.
If you don't want
That's
your
not
child,
true.
hold on. If you don't want your child in the commerce doing business, being a business minded, conducting business, no operation. You just want them to go out there, plant their food, and eat their own food, and don't talk to nobody. You can do that. But if you want to work in the
See
world
how they make
of
it. See how they make it like you gotta be some type of in the
commerce, that's
woods
what
nigga
the
in order to
world
do
is.
business.
So you can't get away from what the world is. By. It's created under a fictitious entity. A real man can't work in it. You got to make a
Hey,
fictitious.
listen. Anything you go through in life is a straw
Okay.
man. When you go to prison, it's all capital letters. When you get a credit card, it's all capital letters. When you get an ID, it's all
All
capital
cap,
letters. When you get a birth certificate,
all
that's the
cap.
only thing that's not all cap. You can actually get your real name on a birth certificate, but when they draw it to the number they give you, the social security number is all capital. So now what we're trying to say is without the straw man, how can you survive? How the fuck can you get a house, man? Buy land itself without your straw man and identity, right? So if you don't got these things, you can't buy nor sell nor trade. It's damn near the mark of the beast. Now, what I'm asking y'all is, how do we defeat the straw man? That's the only answer I want after this point. How do we get from under
And
the
I'm right there
straw
with
man?
Drop. How do we get away from the straw man?
The only way to get away from the straw man is to get your numbers up, bro. Other than that, you dealing with the damn straw man. It's dead on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Lion's
Smoke. That's
share.
what it's saying. Hey, smoke. That's what
Lion's
it's saying.
share.
Like they saying, like it's an undefeatable cause. Like no matter what you do, you gotta still find a way to fuck with the system, nigga. They the pack leader. They the dope boys on the block.
So I get your point. There ain't no need in getting no status correction if you still gotta fuck with the system.
Thank you. That's my whole point. Why the
What you
fuck is you
correcting your
changing
status
the
for?
status if you said you might as
Right.
well just go get an LLC and rock out?
So
Okay,
let
so
me say it again. Go
we
ahead.
got we got Lion's share who came to the panel, and then after him, let's let Rise go. Go ahead, Lions.
I just wanted to add a little bit. I'm listening to everybody. I'm enjoying the conversation. Sister Bethany, it's been a while, but I'm back. Listen, it's all about creating a clear and concise separation between the two. So, how do you escape it? It's not really about escaping it. It's more or less about controlling it. It was created for your benefit. Right now, the government is ward, an agent, right? So, under the law, all of these corporations, they play agent or trustee for the government. You don't. They control everything. So, the status that you're correcting is where you sit, the position you sit in terms of your corporation. That's just it.
Why you want to change your status from benefit though? Why you want to change your status from beneficiary? If you saying it was created for you to benefit off of, hold on, bro.
Because I ain't
Hold
say
on.
that.
But you did say it was created for your benefit, right?
Yeah.
Then you suggested that the status correction is necessary. Did you or did you not?
Yes.
Okay, so why would you have to correct the status if it's already created for you to benefit off of?
Because the way they wrote the law, major and minor accounts, majority and minority. That's why.
Wait a minute, hold on. So
See,
right.
they just say this shit, smoke, but then
No,
it's like, what do
I
it apply?
know.
Wait. We gotta let him talk so we can
The
see what
bottom
he's
line
saying.
is I feel everything that y'all are saying, but it's the way that the system is. You're not going to escape it and be able to do business. So do you want to stand in place, right? Like how you get locked up or somebody sues the name, you stand in as surety for the name. So if something got to be done and you don't, they haul our asses to jail. Do you want to stand in that position? Or do you want there to be limited liability, right? Do you want the liability to be limited to the company? It's either or.
Bro,
No,
the only answer
wait,
is
brother.
the
Hold on, slow down. Because when I said earlier, you just said, hold on, wait a minute.
Bobby, you gotta
Let me,
fix your background. It's real bad and we can hardly hear you.
Then I
Nah,
was
this drop. He good. He
is
good.
that
Drop
me?
muted up. Man. Nah, this drop. He muted
Yeah,
up
that
now.
ain't me.
nigga. That ain't me, nigga. Man,
It's every day. I think it's somebody because it ain't me. When I'm talking now, is it good?
Yeah, it's good
You good.
now.
I told you it was drop.
Yeah. That ain't me. That ain't me, Sister Betty. But like I was saying, he just said you're doing this in order to create limited liability. And from the beginning of this conversation, Sister Betty, you pointed out this is the same thing you do as starting a business, which is a limited liability company. And I asked at the beginning, how is this separate from creating an LLC, which does the same purpose,
I wasn't in the chamber.
separate you from liability.
Miley, can you turn your camera on for a hot minute so I can make sure you're not somebody coming up to
I wasn't in
show
the
your wee wee?
go ahead
I
and
don't
lie
want
and
I don't want to
go,
get porn bound, Michael.
chat yet, but
Miley, Michael, if
go
you
ahead and
turn
lie.
your camera on for 1 second while you're back there, otherwise I can't let you on the panel. I want to make sure you're not going to porn bomb me.
hey,
Miley,
not a way out of it.
Hey, I wouldn't trust you, Sister Becky.
Bro,
I don't
man
know that.
down.
I don't
That
know his
nigga
name.
punched
Go
the
ahead,
shit
bro.
out of you. No, you knocked my whole tooth out. You got it, bro. You got it.
And niggas say stuff all on you,
Nah,
bro.
I was just
Hey, no,
trying. Hey, drop. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was
no,
trying
you
to
cool.
warn
I'm just
Sister
kicking
Becky
it,
about the
bro.
people on the
Miley,
stage.
We just
Michael, if you want to come on the panel,
I never heard of them before.
right? If you want to come on the panel, you need to turn your camera on. If you don't turn your camera on for 1 second so I can see who you are, I can't let you on the panel. All right. Well,
Now the way to break the system that I think this my input, and I'm gonna pass the mic because of the background, but don't abide by and take over, right? So if we don't abide by what they're saying going on, and we saying this our shit, and we gonna defend it, we ain't leasing nothing, we ain't buying nothing. This our shit, and don't abide by what the fuck they talking about. That's how you break the system down. Now that causes death. That causes y'all got it because I got a background, but y'all get what I'm saying and shit.
No, you talking about real sacrifice drop. That's the kind of point that I was making earlier. You know, in
Yeah,
order
that's
to really,
that's
in order,
blasphemy.
yeah, in
That's
order.
bla-
Go ahead,
yeah,
Hold
go
that's
on.
ahead, Smoke.
blasphemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
blasphemy. That's blasphemy. You know, when you say shit like that, these niggas ain't trying to sacrifice a motherfucking thing.
That's what
so
I'm saying, Smoke.
what's
Because it's
the
like we can continue. No, no, I'm saying this. We can continue to do business as usual because it seemed like to me we trying to find a more comfortable way of doing business at the end of the day.
Yep.
yo, you have that choice. You have that choice. Let me say this. Doing it the way Drop said is an option. But you have to have all parties involved in awareness and in accordance with each other. If you don't, you're going against the system. You're gonna have people that looks at the system being perfect, like or let's just keep going by it, like what the brethren um um Bobby just said. You're gonna have people looking at it to just keep going in it. So you fighting against it, and it's people going against it. You causing all out war. So I guess you'll just wait for whenever the smoke clear and whoever win. That's not smart. That's not being smart because again they have an army, navy, air force, marine, and national guard and all that police. They have so many different weapons to keep their system going when the normal man can't even agree on a panel together. That's it. We have to be in reality. So now my final thing before I land my plane. For a person that's done it and been doing it, and people still don't want to even hear what that man's saying, but they never done any of it, but still against it, it's kind of odd to me. It don't make sense to me. But if you want to keep moving into that passion, or you're gonna fuss and fight it, or you're gonna go along with it, that's your option. I'm just here to give you information. I'm not. Don't fight me for the information.
Let me say.
Just fight the information if that's what you want to do. All right, I lied.
Let me say
Not
this.
even
Hey, bro.
When
Hey, bro.
Okay, now let me
same
ask you this.
EIN
let
This
me
the
say
real
and
this.
question.
LLC.
What's the main benefit? What's the main benefit of separating and putting the state on notice of your complete separation from your straw man, but the fact that you intend to still do business as a straw man? What's
Because you
the main
can't.
benefit of that? No,
Oh
no,
my God.
what's the main benefit?
Let me answer that.
Do it stop?
Because
I
Wait,
was
wait, 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 wait. Now, let me throw something. If it stop you from getting harassed by the police, if it stop you from getting pulled over on the block, if it stop them from flagging you down, if it stop all of that shit, I'm with it. Now, give me some benefits.
let me answer that. I don't listen. I don't deal in the fairy tale and all that shit. What I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is this: you can't control another human being, right? They decide to do some shit, they decided to do it. But I would much rather have consequence for the motherfuckers that they can't escape if they do it to me. And you can't
Right.
Give me an example. Give me an example of somebody who was in this status, who went through something to where they got recompense from like a police officer doing something to them.
Me.
easily.
Me.
I'm about to
I
Bro,
say
don't
what
hit
y'all
several
arguing
police.
over, bro? What's
I
up
don't hit
with it,
several
God?
police. I don't touch several police's bond.
it's called putting a
You can
lien
do
on
that
their
without having
bond.
a status correction, though.
no, not
You can
Yo,
do that. You can exercise. You can
No.
exercise your right.
No.
Look, bro, you can exercise your rights
No.
without having to notify nobody that your status fucked up.
No.
Now I'm
You can
saying
just do
this,
that
brother.
automatically,
yeah,
bro.
No,
you
Hey,
this.
can.
No, I'm saying this.
hey,
Putting a lien on their bond requires
check
you
it
to be
out.
in your status.
Check
I
it
got
out.
you.
If I get pulled versus me getting pulled, I won't go to jail. If they do anything to me, I getting a compensation out of it. because I have a scheduled fee for my affairs. So if they come and do business, any type of joiner, pulling me, touching me, talking to me, they committing joiner with me. Now they're doing under my business. They under my business, not me as a citizen under their authority. They're under my jurisdiction now. It switches the whole thing, bro. I don't know what you don't understand about you making yourself the positive law of the earth, not the impositive or the
No, and I'm saying
non-positive.
where do you go get the recompense? You go to the fraudulent court to get the recompense.
No, it's already in law where you just go and apply to their bond, bro. You have to just go and apply to their bond. They already did the violation. They already did the violation against you. Period.
And who them laws apply to? Who do those laws apply
That
to?
apply to everyone outside of myself.
So they basically apply to everybody then, so everybody can utilize those laws, right?
Yes, everyone.
So what's the need of having nation then?
You have to create your laws to utilize your laws, bro.
Right. And you don't,
You just said the laws is already there, bro.
let me
Just
explain
answered
this,
you.
yo.
Said
Can y'all
the
hear me?
laws was already
Hold
there.
on, Nolan.
Hey y'all, can we let nonetheless since he out
Yo,
time.
what's up? I'm out here cutting the yard and shit. No, look, bro, it's very simple, bro. Me and Nadi were just talking about this we talked about this yesterday laughing, right? Look, bro, look, do not let these motherfuckers know that y'all don't have a fucking law or bylaws in your possession. That's what they're assuming. See,
Yep.
when you say where the laws at, you automatically telling them that you don't have shit in your house set up for your family. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to have that. Okay, so you tell your children, okay, you're supposed to cut this grass right here, right? And get in my yard, wash the dishes, wash the car, clean your room, right? You got rules set up. But you probably don't need that because you can verbally tell them that shit. Because that's your motherfucking family. You're supposed to have the same shit set up for these children out here in the world. So let them know that you already have laws set up when you leave from off of your property. But y'all motherfuckers is telling them, oh, I don't have shit set up. And they sitting there, what they doing now? Rubbing their hands together. Oh, they don't even have any laws written out. They should not know that you don't have shit set up. But niggas on here telling these motherfuckers, we ain't even got no laws or nothing set up for our family, for our grandmother and our mother. You don't have to put that into no court. You don't have to put that into no court. They're assuming that you have that until they lock you up and they find out you don't have shit. All you are is a
Hey,
mouth runner.
bro. Hey, bro,
That's what
that
they
law
learning.
that you
That's what they
cutting. Let
learning.
me ask you this,
Not
bro.
your mind.
That
Look, hold
law,
up, bro.
bro.
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
I'm
Let me
holding
finish,
up.
bro. Let me finish. Let me
You
finish.
got it.
Because let me explain something to you, bro. When you
Not your
when you
mind.
gotta understand. Look, this is what y'all gotta understand, yo. The all cap, the birth, that is the citizen. No natural person is the citizen. They created a corporation. It's your responsibility to put that into your possession and say that you gotta say thank you. Oh, y'all gave me a business? Okay, well now I operate that business.
Thanks.
I'm the motherfucking boss now. I fire all of y'all because y'all incompetent. They're incompetent. They already know they're incompetent. But when you run your mouth and you tell them that, look, I'm incompetent, now they gonna go to court and say, oh, thank you. Now we possess all the shit that we gave you, the billions of dollars, because it's worth billions of fucking dollars, but niggas don't know how to operate it. So it goes back when you die into the court and it creates a debt. And now the next person that die, they run up the fucking national debt again. Because more and more niggas don't know how to operate business. Yeah, you can fucking live in the woods if you want to, but they gave you the fucking country. They gave you the corporation, yo. This is our shit. But stop telling these motherfuckers that you don't have any laws, bro. Stop doing that shit. At least pretend like you competent, yo.
That was fire. Shout out to the bull. I ain't got nothing to say with
That's
that.
all I gotta say, bro.
Yeah, that was
All
fire,
right.
bro.
Nonetheless,
I don't know about that though. I got you though.
so that brings me into a 30-second break so we can discuss how do we exercise Indian not tax? We will take a 30-second break and move into Indian not taxed. It appears to me that Indians are walking around in North America and they're literally not paying taxes. So, my thing is, do we just not pay taxes? I mean, literally not pay taxes. I don't mean pay taxes and at the end of the year claim it back. No, just literally not pay taxes. My thing is, do we just not pay the taxes, right, as Indians of this land, as the Constitution states? And then when they come after us, we go to court and say, excuse me, I'm an Indian and I'm not supposed to be paying taxes. So I'm not going to pay them. And it's at that point you get to prove that you are the Indian, and they got to prove that you're not the Indian, because it doesn't say Native Americans not pay taxes. It says Indians not pay taxes. So should I, as an individual Indian who is aboriginal to this landmass, just not pay any fucking taxes and then let them take me to jail and court? And we got to argue, excuse me, I'm an Indian. They put me in court and I'm not supposed to pay taxes. This is what the Constitution say. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I
I
think
think you can win. You got it, smoke, but I think you can win it if what you saying is fact. If what you saying is fact, then you're gonna win after you go to court. Now, do we got enough resources to go to court and really fight back against the system? I don't know, but you got it, smoke.
Yeah, I think that's when all the law enforcement in the military gonna get utilized. That's what they got this shit for, to keep you niggas in line.
So you think that if I get arrested, right? And of course, I'm not going to get bonded out. I'm going to make sure I tell my family, don't bond me out. I want to go before the judge and prove I'm an Indian and I'm not supposed to pay taxes. So I have my documentation proving that I am Indian. Would I win? And if so, now I never have to pay taxes again, because it seems to me that that federal constitution is not being honored because we're not exercising it.
I believe it's 1778 Indian Act, where it took the Indians from being cited as sovereign and placed them as ward under the United States government.
But it still sits in the Constitution actively today. Indian not taxed. So
Working in
I'm just saying.
Again, again,
I
Indians
mean,
don't
it's
own.
not like they wiped it out.
If we
Not
speaking on the representation of a Native American Indian or Indian period, because this
well,
act,
Native Americans is not. They're not the Aboriginals to North America. They are not the Indians that are not taxed because they weren't here when that Constitution was made. It was just us, and we are the Indian, and it's not our burden of proof, it's theirs, especially if they lock us up. The burden doesn't fall on us.
And
The
and
burden
and
falls on them. They have to say, I locked you up because you are not an Indian. And now the burden lies on them to prove to me that I am not an Indian. That's
hold
not
up, Miss
supposed to be
Sister Bessie.
taxed.
Sister
Huh?
Bessie, real quick.
I think, am I
Oh, go
asking
ahead.
the right question?
hold on. Let we play arbitrary right quick and
Devil's
say
advocate.
Yeah, say no arbitrary. Say I'm the judge. All right. And I say, hello, Miss Betty, how you doing? And you say, I'm gonna act like I'm the judge. And let me I'm gonna ask you a question. How you doing, Miss Betty, today?
I'm doing great.
All right, all
I'm
right.
upset right now.
Right. Well, okay. For the court, could you state your address, please?
123 Street.
All right. Thank you. Um, Your Honor, or here come the prosecutor. Your Honor, the state rests this case that they have jurisdiction, and this defendant is not a such said Indian. And the judge, me being a judge, yeah, I have to grant that motion. I have to grant that because you, out of your mouth, just admitted that you under the residence or jurisdiction of my control.
I
So
did not
you come
admit
in,
that, Natty. I
you
did
did,
not admit
yes
that.
you did,
How
yes you
did I
did.
admit that? How?
By giving me that address, when I said where you live at, and you gave me 123 Street, blue, 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 you just gave an identification that you're under my jurisdiction.
Not
Okay.
only that, you acknowledge them by even having a conversation with them.
Not true.
But also,
They acknowledge that this is their shit and this is where they stay, bro.
All right, hey
They
Nadi.
didn't
Well, okay,
acknowledge nothing else.
okay,
hold
Nate,
up.
you there?
Hold
Nadi,
up.
Damn, this
Nadi,
shit.
ask me the same question you asked Betty.
Hold up.
Then ask me the same question.
Wait. I got it. Y'all ain't let me finish.
Go ahead, Miss
All right.
Betty.
I because I reside. I can reside anywhere I want on this landmass. Now, I have my declaration. I have my affidavit. I have all my damn receipts declaring who
What
I am. I
what what
also uh,
what address you have on your declaration?
It don't matter.
Be quiet, drop. Stop talking, please. Let me finish
I know
telling
it's a
you.
checkmate,
damn,
but it don't matter,
Hold
bro.
on, dude. Stop. All right, so you using a postal code and a postal zip code and all of that on your paperwork. If you
all
are,
right.
listen again.
Okay.
That's the identification on the jurisdiction of the U.S. Postal Code. That's the
Okay.
United States of America. Anyone that's residing under any jurisdiction that we recognize as the United States jurisdiction is that such said
Uh,
property. I
No,
don't
what
know
she
why.
saying, but guess what? She's saying she don't reside there. Her straw man dude. She an Indian. Deal with that.
okay.
Did you just hear?
Man, no, checkmate, Naughty.
It
She's
ain't no
saying it's
checkmate. Did
her.
you just hear what I
Nah,
just
you ain't
asked
want
the
to hear
He's
it,
woman?
drop.
saying
Mom,
it's
where
her
do you
She
alter
ain't want to hear
reside?
it,
ego.
drop.
Oh my
Listen, bro.
God.
He's saying that it's not her. It's her straw man that has that address. Deal
Listen
with
to
that.
Right,
stop
but she
talking.
answered it incorrect.
Deal
Hey,
with that. She coming to
wait
Let
a
argue
me
with
deal
minute,
you,
with
the
it.
bro.
Indian.
Nadi,
Deal with
Let me deal
that.
with it.
I
Let
want
me deal
Nadi
with
to
it.
ask me the same question
Hold
you
on.
asked it to Betty.
I am, but let
Okay.
me show these
I
crazy guys something right quick.
I
So when she gone up in the court, she's going up in court already protesting her status. She's not claiming no straw man. When the judge direct her and her whole court is now on what she claiming that she is. It ain't got shit to do with a straw man. When that judge asked her where she reside and she say 123, nigga, that's her, not no straw man. So I don't know why we acting so ignorant all the time that we can't reasonably think to each other and use your own brain. Because you
All
go
right,
up in
well
that
then ask
courthouse
the brother to
and
ask the other brother the
hold up. Let
question
me
so he
finish
can give us the
talking, Big Man.
Fibonacci
I'm
code and
gonna
how to
finish
answer
talking.
these questions.
If
Cause
you go
instead of you
in,
doing
hold
all this
on, Big
motherfucking
Man.
arguing, just break it down to
Hold
us,
on,
nigga.
hold
God
on,
damn,
Big
y'all
Man.
so irritated. Scotch bonnet
No,
eating ass motherfuckers.
no,
okay.
no. If you're gonna ask a question, ask a question. Don't sit there and
Okay.
tell him man he wrong. Don't sit there
Okay.
and tell him man he don't know what he talking. When I'm
Hey,
giving you the
no, I'm
information,
saying this, bro. I'm asking questions and I'm refuting. Don't get so motherfucking agitated because it
Okay.
could
All right.
become
All
an
right.
agitation show.
Okay.
So just
All right. All
ask
right.
the brother like you was finna do so he can answer it in the Fibonacci code and we can know how to answer these questions.
Okay. So me and Nadia was talking. I haven't finished. So
thank you, man.
in my declaration, there's stipulates a lot. Okay. Number one, they do not have jurisdiction over me. and according to my declaration. Number two, there's a lot to go into it before they can enforce anything on me. Because number one, in my declaration, it states that I was forced assimilated, okay, as an Indian off my land. This is clear in my declaration. So now it's a fight. In this particular court that I'm going to be going to, it's going to be probably in a local court. They're going to have to turn my case over because they don't have jurisdiction to discuss my argument. They do not.
I just told you as a judge, and I just asked that question, and you responded in that fashion, Miss Betty. You
I know
just
you
gave
want me
that
to stay.
judge
I know you
jurisdiction.
want me to stay silent, Nati. I
No,
get that.
no. I don't want you to stay silent. No, what I'm saying is,
No, I'm
as
talking about in the court when the judge asked me, "What is
no,
my address?"
right. Well, you can argue that. You can argue that, but once you gave them that jurisdiction coding, you just placed yourself under jurisdiction in public court.
Right? You gave all that up.
You gave all that paperwork up just now. Just now, you gave it all up. You just threw it away.
No, you did not, bro. You
I did
just
not.
said
Yes,
where you
bro.
live.
Yes, you did. Once you make that apparent, you do.
Bro, bro, there's a straw man and
Look
there's
how
you, bro.
tricky this
Listen right
scheming
quick.
ass shit is. This shit
Here's
is
the
a
part y'all
scheme.
missing right
Hey,
quick. There's a
hey,
This a
straw man.
scheme and
Listen
a
right quick.
scam, man.
Bro, listen right quick. There's a straw man and there's you. Just because you said where your straw man reside don't have nothing to do with jurisdiction. Bro, I
hey,
live right here. This is where y'all send my mail. I'm
hey,
telling y'all, y'all don't have
But that's why you
jurisdiction
gotta
over me.
answer this
Bro,
properly, bro.
all right,
hey,
never mind, bro. You will
hey,
have to
hey,
learn to
hey,
listen, bro.
you
Never
guys,
mind, bro. I'm
yeah,
done
you
talking
guys,
about it, bro. But it's two
Wait,
different
yeah, okay,
entities
wait a
when
stop
you
minute.
talking
talking
about it.
about.
Wait a
Stop
minute,
talking
Bro,
about it.
Sturgeon.
bro, you the one that's
All
cutting
right.
Stop
me off.
talking about it.
You stop
I,
fucking talking,
I
nigga.
try to
Bro,
get a people
Bro,
I'm
the
gonna
Miss
truth.
mute
Betty,
up.
I
why
My
is
ain't
she
bad,
drunk.
barely
I'm
Betty.
not
talking, bro?
drunk. I'm not arguing.
I know,
I
man.
just
Y'all
try to
do
get
it
a
to
people
me all the
information
time. My
so you
bad,
can
Betty.
get all in. What you
Okay.
what what you do is place yourself under this. And listen to me, Miss Betty. We all forgetting. We could take out the word can, but what you can and shall say. But you say can. Take out the word can. It
Then I will
shall
help you
be
get you in the
used
court of law.
against you. It shall be used against you in the court of law. So listen, all the paperwork in the world you can come with. Once you open your mouth, what do you think a lawyer always telling people to keep their mouth shut? Because what they say puts them in that fucking proper order. What your mouth say, not
I
what your
get it.
paperwork saying. I can have the most powerful paperwork saying I'm a king of Mars and they can never touch me. When I go in there and I place myself under them people jurisdiction, what they recognize, and I place myself, I'm their property. No matter how much I want to fight it after the fact, I just hung myself. Big mouth.
So that means
Yeah,
so
once
that
you
means
raise
paperwork
your
ain't
hand to the
so
straw
that
man,
means
once you
damn y'all
raise
can't
your
get
hand in
echo.
court,
Damn.
then that's what it is.
Third drop. You
Bro,
gotta
I'm
wait and
giving.
talk in order, baby. Go
All
ahead,
right, I
Smoke.
got you.
Let me get
I,
the flow drop. You got to echo. Look, so that means the paperwork really ain't shit then. Like I always been saying, because you have all these paperwork with all these goofy ass seals on them and shit. Then you get in front of these people and say the wrong damn thing. You done cancel out all that goofy ass paperwork. You just said it, bro.
Okay, now let me say this. I got paperwork. I go in there and don't open my mouth. Paperwork speak for itself.
That's
Nah,
see, yo,
Wait
wait
a
a minute,
minute.
bro.
Hold
See,
on.
that's
Hold
why
on.
nah,
that's why you
bro.
got wait a
Hold
minute,
up.
bro, because you know why you don't understand, bro? Because y'all so quick to jump when as soon as y'all see a flaw, but y'all not letting us really start. Yo, it takes a while to understand this. So let us tell you what you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, and why the paperwork is important. Instead of jumping on us all the time, bro.
I'm not
Hold on,
This
but
jumping
let me
on
let me
you.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
bro,
question. Because I ain't jumping
smoke.
on I'm not jumping on you. I'm jumping on paperwork. That's what I'm jumping
No,
on. You
smoke,
niggas is
smoke.
taking hold on, hold
But
on, hold
smoke.
on,
If you
hold on.
listen, wait a minute, bro. If you listen, I can answer you. I already know where you going. See,
Nah,
look.
I just want to ask him a question because he said if he don't say nothing, then he can just lean on the paperwork. But if
Wait
he
a
don't
minute,
say
smoke, smoke, real quick. Let me just say this. The reason why you don't say
man,
anything
bro.
because you got paperwork. That's why you don't say anything because you're supposed to submit all that stuff before the court even comes into action. Therefore, if you're in court, you know you made a mistake somewhere. So keep your mouth shut and figure out how in the hell did they put a lien, because that's what they did. They put a lien on your estate. So now you got to go back. You're going to make some mistakes, bro. But find out how in the world did they get jurisdiction over your estate. Find out where the lien is. Bond the case. That way you don't end up in court. Because if you end up in court, all you got to do is take it as a learning process. Okay, somewhere they found a loophole somewhere. Let me close it. That's why you do the paperwork. That way you don't end up in that situation. But if you end up in that situation, know the best thing to do is to keep your mouth shut. Because if he had asked me that, if the judge had asked me that question, I told Nadi to ask me that question. Because first thing you say, you don't carry no conversation. Because as soon as you open your mouth, you're now acknowledging that these people exist. Remember, y'all said this our land,
And
right?
then when the
Why are
judge,
you?
hold on, wait a minute.
Wait a minute,
When
bro.
I'm sitting in, wait a minute,
Because
bro.
look,
I'm sitting in
wait a
court.
minute.
Wait, no, because y'all not giving real life situations. I'm sitting in court. The Moorish nigga walked in and tried to do that same thing. The
Bro,
judge told
The
that, wait a
Morris
minute,
niggas,
wait a
bro,
minute.
we're not talking. I know
Wait,
what
no
you,
more,
yo,
man. I
those
don't care if
Morris,
you're a Moor, Indian,
those
whatever. Let me
Norris
finish,
niggas,
bro.
bro,
He
those
sat
Norris
there and
niggas are
tried to
doing it
play a
wrong.
silent treatment. The judge told
Bro,
that nigga, if you don't say something, nigga, you gonna be in contempt of court, and that's 60 days in jail.
Bro,
And
wait
after
a
that
minute. See,
60 days,
look. Let me explain something to you, bro.
wow.
You're
Okay.
trying. Look,
All right.
you. No, let me
Man,
explain
let the
something to you.
Sit
nigga
your
talk,
ass up
bro.
and let
Let
them
No,
play
him
the silent treatment
explain.
and go to jail for
why?
60 days.
Hold up,
That's what
bro.
they telling you.
Why are you cutting me off, bro? Because like I said, it is not something that I can just explain in this one time. I know. Then I just hold up. Everybody on here just heard me say, if you end up in that court, that means that you made a mistake somewhere. Didn't I just fucking say that? Didn't I just fucking say that? Why is he
Wait
remaining
a minute,
silent
bro.
But
when we
you ain't
already
say it
have?
was the straw man, though.
Bro,
Bobby,
let me explain something to you. There's plenty of people out here in this world that never go to court. Why you think the Clintons get away with fucking murder? All of these motherfucking politicians are killing people. They don't end up in no fucking court, do they? No, because
Because
they
they kill the
already fucking
witnesses.
sovereign. No,
They
no,
kill the
bro.
witnesses. They kill.
No,
You just said
bro.
that
It
you just,
doesn't matter.
they don't
Well,
give a
no,
fuck about
bro.
court because they kill people.
We already know. No, what I'm trying to tell you is this, bro. When you are in the court, you must
Nigga, death is
first,
the trump
you
card.
must
You ain't got to
look,
talk
bro.
about court if
You
you talking about
don't
killing
know.
motherfuckers.
You don't, Joe. I'm not telling you to remain
Bro,
silent. All I'm telling you is to establish who you are. When you're in there and they want to carry on the conversation, all you gotta do is say, "Do I have standing to speak?" Once they say, yeah, you have standing to speak, now that throws out all of that jurisdiction. They know that they just gave you permission under their jurisdiction, under their authority to now speak for the straw man. That's what you're speaking for. You're speaking for the straw man. You're not speaking for yourself. So now
so
you're
when you
letting them
say
know
I'm saying,
that you
do I
that
have
look, you're
standing to
stand.
speak?
Look, bro,
Wait,
bro, you're stand.
When you
Let me
say, do I
explain
have
something to you,
standing to
bro.
speak? Is
hey,
that
You
a,
gotta
Bobby,
let me
listen.
finish, bro. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Because when you're in there, you already established that you are the holder in due course of every single document came back to you as the original. That's what you got to establish, that you are the holder in due course of all of those original titles. The birth certificate, you have the original. They don't have the original. So now when you don't have it and you don't establish that you're the holder, they're the holder. And all you doing is using their property. But when you're the holder in due course, you have the original. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, by you being a holder in due course, now you're going in as a third-party intervener, making a special appearance as the authorized representative for the defendant, the straw man. You're representing it now, and you accept for value, return for value, all charging instruments in this matter, making my exemption as principal available to discharge of all public obligations and charges against the defendant connected with this case. You do not dispute any facts contained in the charging instrument and release the order of the court to me immediately. Now say that, motherfucker, and see what the fuck they say. I finished what I gotta say.
All right, somebody clip that
The
part right
whole
there. We'll
purpose,
see if that shit can be
the,
they
utilized.
go
the
say,
whole purpose, no,
60
the whole
days in the
purpose of
county
that
jail for that
is
nigga.
that
Hey nigga, have you ever
No,
done it?
put
Have you
that.
ever done it? No, you haven't, because you don't
That's
know.
what I'm
You don't
saying.
know
You
what the
can't
fuck
be
you
arguing
doing.
with these
You wanna
niggas,
know
man.
what?
These niggas don't know shit. They never done anything.
I
They
know
don't
they
even
don't.
keep
They're
a fucking
cowards.
book.
They're
Believe.
cowards. That's what they are. They gonna
Yeah,
stand in
they
front of the
coward.
judge like bitches and
Nah, ain't no
just say
coward.
yes, yes, Mr. Judge, send me to
I'm
jail
not. I
like a
just
bitch.
told you. Don't get mad, my
So,
Nigga, all
nigga.
that
I'm
shit you
telling you what the
talking is
judge gonna
Cause
say.
bullshit.
that's what's gonna
Nigga, you
happen.
had all
Y'all
your bitches
niggas
in
talk
the
all
hospital.
this
You
shit on
lying,
AI,
nigga.
okay.
but when you get in
You
front of that
lying.
Nonetheless, Nadi, relax.
Ooh, these niggas and they feelings over that paperwork, boy.
It
no,
sound
That
like
your
religion
paperwork
feelings
got
got
you
caught
niggas
up.
and y'all
against
feelings.
your feelings against a judge when we telling you what to do, and stop being a coward, bro. Do it. Don't be scared.
Don't talk over the break, brother.
Okay. So let's hold up for 1 second. Golden Culture, I can't see you, honey. Golden Culture, can I see you, please?
Y'all niggas coward.
You look like you're in a bathroom.
This
Okay.
nigga still in his feelings, man.
I'm not gonna let you on the panel. Sorry.
Feeling that I got black cowards around me.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
Nadi and none.
so,
Relax, brothers.
okay.
I'm
So,
listening. If y'all don't think nobody listening, I'm sorry, Sister Bethy. I'm
oh no,
listening.
that's okay. So,
I'm listening. I want to see if this gonna work for me.
okay. So everything, nonetheless, just said, or the whole statement that he made, his whole saying, that is factual because that judge would have to let him go and honor him. You know why? Because if he don't, it would be a precedent set and no private person would ever be able to use that ever. It'll fuck it up for basically all the private people that are privates. And then
Thank you, Sister Betty.
the court doesn't want to do that. I'm just playing dumbass, but I'm explaining that because the people in the private do that all the time. And if that judge renders that decision, he is now setting precedent. And that means nobody private could get away with the shit that nonetheless just put.
Right. All of those
Right. So
They're
politicians
not gonna do
that
that.
question.
now can now
Nonetheless,
be
and Sister
arrested.
And they
Betsy,
not and they're
can
not
I
gonna do
ask a question?
yeah, in a minute. And they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do it.
Now,
So
Sister Betty, nonetheless, y'all said what the private, what a person in the private sector would do was say that statement in court in order to clarify to the judge that they're speaking for the straw man and not their own self entity, correct?
Yes, bro. The
Hold
straw
on, wait,
man
wait,
is
wait, wait,
not
wait.
you.
Don't run. Don't, bro. I just want to walk with me on this. So you saying I'm walking with you. A person who has not beforehand put the judge or the court on notice can walk in the courtroom with prior hand knowledge of that statement and just state that statement out loud, and the judge will have to honor him speaking for his straw man and move forward thereof. Then why would you have to do paperwork?
Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Hold on.
minute. Wait. Right now, wait a minute. Let me
Okay.
explain something to you. Right now, okay, if you in court, you can't do that now. That's why you take advantage. You got to make sure that they're putting it on the record. Now, what you saying right there can be used now because sometimes they won't put shit like that on the record. You got to make sure. That's why when you go to court, oh, here's another thing. Anytime you go to court, you better make sure that you go there with a court reporter. Go there. When you go to court, make sure you
So
hire
you gotta have
a
your
court
own court.
reporter. Yes. So
a
so
light
now
one.
so
A
now
light
everything that you're saying is now going to be on record. You feel me? Y'all feel what I'm saying, right? So now all your shit is on record. You feel me? So that's why I'm saying let them play the game if you want to. If you already know what to say, put it on record in front of them. Get your own court reporter. Don't rely on their shit because they might not be putting it on record. That's another game that they play.
No,
So
your
bring in your
word.
or
is
they'll
Bring
being
in
hold.
your own court reporter. Now you got it on record. Get
now
it
your
certified
own.
by the clerk. Get it certified by the clerk. Walk out that motherfucker with all the shit on the record, nigga.
Now you just did paperwork and didn't even have to do no typing, no writing, and it's all done. Just spent a little
Right.
bread to get
Since you don't
you
like paper, do it in court. Get a court
know.
reporter, and the shit is already on record, nigga.
Now you got that paperwork to follow you all the way around the world, whatever court you go in.
Nah, did you get my email as well?
No, I didn't get the email, man.
It was a very
You
old
said
email
mine?
address. I yeah, I did. I send it to you nonetheless.
Oh, you said
I
no.
ain't said. I got the old one. You
Damn
had
you too.
my email too.
All right, all right.
I
So
don't know. You had my email, but I
I
saw the one
did, but
because that
nah, Roz,
the
I
pay
had
per
that
view.
old email you
Wait a
gave
minute,
me
Sister
too.
Betty, that pay per view got canceled. The one on the Matrix or something.
I put the new one in the back, Miss Betty.
Because I'm sending this to you because we have a meeting. There's a meeting in an hour, and I'm sending out a friendly reminder, and
Yeah,
everybody's
it's in the
doing it.
back. I put it
All
in the
right.
back chat.
Nonetheless, can you pop yours in the back real quick? Because I know I had your email address.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Please.
Golden culture. We're going on golden culture. Yes, sir.
He muted. Unmute,
You
Bob.
muted. You muted, big bro. You muted.
Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. It looks like a microphone with a strike through it. You got to tap it. Okay. And there's nobody back here but us, nonetheless, so they don't have your private business. Awesome. Okay. So that's everybody's now.
You probably got to use your two fingers to make the screen smaller, and then you'll see the buttons at the bottom. Your screen probably too wide.
Oh shit, the thing is full and Bobby can't get back on because it's 10 people up here. But wait a minute, Bobby is up here. He just got his mic muted. Yeah, Golden Coach, you got to unmute your mic. All right, you know what? Go out and come back in real quick.
And probably can't even go out. You probably ain't even find that button either.
There you go. So, yeah, it's in an hour. I'm going to be getting off here in a minute to prepare for tonight's meeting. But I actually enjoyed myself today. It was fun, funny, and I'll be back to revisit this. Thanks, Belinda. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Naughty Smoke, nonetheless, everybody for sharing their information. And we'll just have to keep revisiting this. It does get complicated and um hard to understand. Um, but I would like really quickly if Naughty and nonetheless can act out. Okay, now you go ahead, Golden Culture, and then I want Naughty and nonetheless to act like nonetheless is going to court and Naughty's the judge after Golden Culture. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to stop it if they're doing a mock court.
Okay, you did
Let
you
them
know
go
how
ahead
to
and
Oh, go
proceed.
unmute?
ahead.
Do you know
No,
how to
go ahead. If you
unmute?
got a question, go ahead,
Can you
big
hear
brother. Go
me?
ahead. Yeah,
Go
Can you
ahead,
hear
yeah,
me?
go
yeah,
ahead.
because once you mute and you don't know how to unmute, I ain't gonna
Yeah, I
ask
don't
you
know how to do
how
that. You know how we do. Sister Bethy, I want to first of all say thank you for letting me on your panel. You know, always you let me on your panel,
yeah,
and it's you have come a long way, and I've been following you in
yeah,
vain. Y'all before y'all was remember law and history goes together. So y'all did the historical part. Now y'all in law. Unfortunately, it's a lot of us. Remember I told you. as a surgeon, you can't go into trying to deal with people who have been doctrinated so that you can't go at them that hard. And I understand I understand the gentleman's passion about this is how God. He is correct, but you can't. He's correct about we are two entities. We are. Well, it's an entity we can deal with monopoly on a monopoly board, which is the straw man, and then there's a private entity. So you have public and private. So I like the way he's explaining it. He's absolutely explaining it right, but you can't go that hard because you got to be a surgeon. Remember, I was saying the last time you
I'm
can't be a
not
doctor.
going hard. I'm just
It's not you.
listening.
I know,
Oh,
Sister Betsy. I'm just saying other people, because you'll really mess them up. You'll mess them up, and they never would want to come back because you're going so hard. But he is absolutely right. There's a difference between public and private. And I forgot the guy that's from the islands. I hear what he's saying. He's absolutely right. It's just that we need to understand the rules and regulations. Most of us don't have Black's Law Dictionary. Most of us don't understand Uniform Commercial Codes. Most of us don't understand Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We don't understand these things. So until we start understanding these things dealing with the straw man
right.
versus us dealing with knowing how to, I always said it, Sister Beppy, how to establish a trust. And I said, you need to start teaching that. Not
Let me
just
ask you,
establish a
Yeah.
trust.
yo, let me ask you a question, big bro. Listen,
Yes, sir, brother.
bless your family and everyone you know, all your loved ones. 10,000
Thank you,
thanks.
brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Respect.
what you're saying, but when it's time to learn, you don't argue with learn. You just it's almost keep your mouth shut.
You breaking up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said when it comes to a person learning, your children learning,
Right,
you're trying to teach your children multiplication, and
right.
every time you're teaching your children multiplication, they say, nah, ain't no adding and subtracting. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really give them a lesson to teach them anything if they always contesting every word you say instead of trying to understand what you're saying.
Right,
And
I
that's
understand.
where the frustration
I
be coming
understand.
in, which this is a detrimental issue to our people. This is what's been keeping us down this whole time, which is the state law. So it's
No,
like,
can I agree to disagree just for 1 second? And
yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt. Now,
all
let me
right.
give you an example. Now, I came across this information, unfortunately, because I spent 4.5 years in federal penitentiary. That's nothing to say that you this, that, and the other. But I had to learn to get myself out of this goddamn prison because my family couldn't afford to do this, that, and the other. But they had a law library in there, and what I ran across was what financial system we're living in. If I'm going to have children once I get out of here, I need to be acknowledgeable what my parents didn't teach me in this world that we're living in. And that was the words, though, you have two. There's another entity dealing with you, Jermaine. This entity you're inside of this prison is not really for you, but even though you committed so-called a crime, but you're here on what they would say, you're here on a maritime. You got in their world, you have a what they would call
Maritime,
it. Yeah. So you got,
maritime.
you broke I get back to that. I come back to that. But what I did for my children, I opened up a business account, and the business account I set up for them was their name LLC. For if they got a fictitious, I'm gonna get a fictitious. Then I opened up a daggone trust account with them fictitious accounts. So I put all that into the trust. So this is a thing that I wish. I know it's gonna be hard, y'all, but I wish most people would start. People are teaching this, but if we push more toward this, okay, there's an entity that you're going to need to, as a parent, do for your children because my parents didn't do it for me of how the finance and life work. So you're going to have to open up a business account for your children, and open up a trust. That way, you know what I'm saying, they could move through life in that entity and in their sovereign entity. I don't hate to use the word sovereign, but in their
Private.
There you go, brother. Yeah. So this is where we're getting in trouble because if our children are going to court and they're putting liens on our children, then you already got a trust signed up with your children to where as though you can lien them and this, that, and the other. And lien them and charge them and have a compensation invoice. If you can't prove it, then you owe me this. You never have to go to court ever.
Right. Right. Right.
It's
And
simple. It's not hard, but it is difficult, brother.
that's the main again, a main issue on how you can get compensation through the system if you know how to work this entity. You
It
don't
takes
have to
time.
go to
You
work.
can't go hard on them, man. You can't. You gotta be. You can't. You gotta be gentle with them, man. I know. It's tough trying to wake out people up and trying to get them to really overstand. This stuff is like the Matrix, man. I mean, you got other people from other countries trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
I got a question.
Unfortunately, with us, you know what I mean,
I
on the
got a
continent of
question.
America,
I got a
we happen
question.
to know it.
I got a question though. Is going through the system the only way you can get compensated?
Compensation in what category? Dealing with the straw man or dealing with the public, private
Hold on
side?
now. Wait a minute. Now it got to be a category like the man just said. The man just said using the system to get compensated. He didn't have no specific article on compensation. He just said being compensated. So my question is utilizing the system the only way you can be compensated?
Well, what? I'm sorry, I should explain it a little bit better. You got a plaintiff, and then you have a defendant. So if there's a complainant that's coming against you, then you would send a alpha data of discovery, alpha data of dispute, alpha data of this, that, and the other, just to discover. Now, if they default and don't respond, then you send a compensation invoice to them, telling them that if y'all never responded, I am due through due process of law, according to, I forgot what article it is. See, all this stuff, bro, they got this shit so fucking, excuse my language, but you got to learn this. That's what they doing. Yeah, so you
Hey,
got
real quick, everybody, let me ask a question, real quick. Smoke, hold on, Smoke. To me, what is black to you, brother? Because you brought up Black Law Dictionary. What's
well
the
that
meaning of black to you?
well that book was written by, I think it's Edward Black or Ellsworth Black or something like that. That was his last name. And
What is black to you? The entity black. What is that to you? What does
and
black mean to you?
well, by
That's the question I'm
terminology,
asking you, brother.
yes, sir. I will give it to you, brother. Absolutely. You got an adjective, noun. I go up based off an adjective and a noun because we deal with eight parts of speech. So adjective is it just explaining what it is, and it explains not me because I ain't no goddamn devil, I ain't no goddamn harmful person, nothing like that. But in a noun
To me,
format,
black means dead, entity.
yes,
You're a dead
yeah,
entity. You're
in the
something that made up,
adjective
brother.
form, you
So
got it
I
right,
don't
brother.
think, me personally, I don't think Black Law Dictionary can help us. I think we need to learn law and change our
Yeah,
status. And I'm
yeah.
a laying there.
Yep, I tell you, brother. But I'm just saying to you is that when you go into those venues, that's what their rules and regulations apply in that book. So if you're talking to them like the brother was just saying, if you talking to them, then you admit the jurisdiction because you can make an appearance without showing up because your letter showed up, and that's what they explain inside of them daggone books. But we can't read it. They put it in a book. If they can't comprehend and understand grammar and understand parts of speech,
Hey, brother,
they'll never
that's where I
understand.
disagree. Because if you
Mhm.
look at student loan debt, we have more student loan debt than any other nationality. So we read and comprehend very well.
In the private, that's in the public. I deal in the private, and that's what I try to get people to understand. It's okay if you want to deal in the straw, which is my public, because my son does. He's 23 years old. But I try to keep him as a father to say, look, son, if you're going to deal with the public, it's going to be in your business account. Don't deal through a personal account. You feel what I'm saying to you? If you're going to get a student loan,
Yeah, I
make sure
got
they
you,
send
brother.
the money. They're going to send the money to that, not your personal account, but to your business account, because the business account is also the straw. Don't deal with their straw. Deal with your own straw. You see what I'm
Real,
saying?
yeah, I got you, brother. Because real quick, it's like I understand my brother's smoke point, but correcting your status, it basically gives you your power back or your alleged power back
Well,
from the corporation.
yeah, but my
But you
man
know
from
what
the,
my opinion on that is? My
go ahead,
opinion on
bro.
that is that you validating the authority of a de facto system by saying, hey, I need you to correct my status. I'm the natural motherfucking man. You can't correct my motherfucking status. What you need to do is go somewhere else and get your goddamn status corrected because you're a fucking de facto. So I'm not going for that. You can correct my status shit. I think any nigga that's going for that on some Pippi Longstocking, Harry Potter ass shit. No, you can't
I
correct me,
agree.
bro. I was
I
correct when
agree.
I came. I was correct when I came out the womb, bro.
Yeah, I agree
But
with you. But when you knock on my
yeah,
door
same
talking
here.
about you, this person, and you doing this, that, and the other, and I'm allowed to be over here because you my complexion. No, no, no. I need to know who he is. I'm going to look at data because all skin folk ain't kin folk. You hear what I'm saying to you? So you got to send notices to people to let them know, look, I'm this, that, and the other. I don't need your approval, but I just need you to I just need you to be aware of who coming to
To
knock on your door,
recognize,
and
to recognize.
that's fine. That's cool. He let me know who he was. He gave me a notice. That's fair. It's called fair. I forgot what it's in the article. It's also in the article of the Constitution. Fair
Yeah, it
credit.
is.
Yeah.
If
You
you're a
got to give me
king,
credit. Let me know.
hold on. If you claiming to be a king, like you're doing, you was correct when you came out your mom. You still got to let me know who you are because my assumption of all people is under my jurisdiction.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. No, it's
It
not.
is.
Who gave you
It
that
is.
authority? Who
It
gave you that
is.
authority?
My
Who
mama.
gave you that authority?
Me being I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Me being the United States government, me being the United States of America, is what gave me that authority.
How did you get that? How did you get that title? How did you get that? Who granted you that?
You can go and read it, the Constitution. Everybody who
No,
gonna
no, no,
abide by
no,
me.
no, no, no. Don't make no
Why?
claim and can't back. Don't make no claim and can't back it up because I can back my
I
shit up.
just
What I'm
did. I
saying.
just.
Now I'm asking you because you the one jumped out your body talking about
Uh-huh.
you want to be a king and all that shit. Now I'm asking you, bro, who
Yeah.
gave them people? Who gave them people that authority, bro?
I don't think you understand.
I don't think you
So
understand.
yeah, I'm trying to answer your question. Why you? All right. So again, if I claim I run this area right.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute, y'all, to address something. Let's see. Can y'all all mute, please? Because this is shit that I don't like, and it has nothing to do with anybody on the panel. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute. I need people to mute.
I don't know how to mute, Sister Beth.
Okay, I
I
muted you.
Sister Bethy, I'm
All
gonna
right.
jump down. Thank you for having me up.
Oh, you can stay up. I just gotta address something, and because this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. Now, I try to make effort to deal with people who I've had difficulties with in the past. And this is a prime example of her telling me that I'm egotistical. I am not egotistical. I let your black ass up on my panel.
oh, she ain't talking to you,
What?
sister. She's not talking to you.
I asked her, the straw man law, Bethy, isn't that why you wanted us to continue the conversation? You are so egotistical. I came to help you understand. And now you forgot. That's the only reason why I came up. But see, this is what I talk about ignorance. I try to deal with people and try to mend shit that I've had with people in the past. And I think I did pretty fucking good to have had a bad argument with Lottie a couple of weeks ago and then let her ass up here. I didn't say anything to her. I allowed her to speak on my panel and address the audience. And you're in the chat room in my chat room boldly speaking about me like this when I'm trying to mend shit with you. Bitch, we got a meeting in an hour. Don't show up because right here, I don't need this kind of shit from no bitch. I really, literally, in my heart, tried to let this woman come on my panel and explain her way that this system goes with the establishing insolvency. I said nothing negative to her. I respect everything she said and said no more and was looking forward to her coming to this meeting tonight in Zoom. And for you to go in the chat room and start calling me egotistical, I stopped talking a long time ago. And I've been letting Nadi and the brothers build while I listen. Some of it's funny because of their character. And you got a problem with that bitch. Now, don't come to my chat room no more. And I'm keeping it very real because I'm tired of trying to be the fucking good guy with a bitch. So now, unsubscribe from my channel. Don't bring your ass back over here no more. And don't show up to the meeting tonight because you're the type of bitch that I don't fuck with. I was trying to very hard and invited you over here. So go to your own fucking chat room where don't no fucking body listen to you. And I mean that shit. Get the fuck out my chat room, unsubscribe, and don't come back. I'm done. Y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate everybody coming on the panel. I got a meeting in an hour with some beautiful brothers that I want to build with and resolve some issues. So I'm going to close. I'll be back to revisit. Nadi, I appreciate everything you taught. It makes
Yes, ma'am.
sense. Nonetheless, Bright Mo Dizzy, Sylvia Smoke, Big Dog, I play dumb and devil's advocate a lot. Okay? I understand the process Roddy is talking about. And not once did I get up here on this panel and act like I know it all. I know this whole process.
Thanks for
If I
having me on,
didn't,
Miss
I wouldn't have a
Becky.
tribe. But anyway, I would love y'all to come back and revisit and we do this again because a lot of people in our community really want to learn this. And sometimes being a woman is difficult. It's better to hear it from the brothers. And I get that. That's why I stayed silent and let Nadi and Smoke and nonetheless and everybody, all the other brothers that came up here, spell it out. Because it's more received better when the brothers teaching them. And I get that. But that kind of stuff I'm not going to tolerate. So that being said, I would hope that you gentlemen come back because we need the pros and cons in this. We need Smoke up here. We need Nadi up here. And we need nonetheless so that we can understand it. It helps. So that being said, I'm going to close my segment out. I'm a little upset and I want to get myself right for this meeting tonight that I've been really waiting to have with the brothers in the community. And I hope I see y'all tomorrow because I'll be back here tomorrow with the same topic. And maybe I'll be in a better position. But right now, I can't even move forward talking when I'm upset like this. And like I said, I really want to prepare myself for this meeting that I really been waiting for a long time in our community. So I'll see everyone tomorrow. I love y'all. Smash the link, like button on the way out, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Does any
Yes, ma'am.
closing
Love you,
statement?
sis. Good
I
night.
love you too, Sylvia.
Love and
Anybody have
respect.
closing?
Love and respect, Mom.
I sent you
Easy.
an email, Nadi.
Okay, calm
Sent it
down.
to you
Everything.
too, nonetheless. I'm fine. I'm gonna be all right. I'm just gonna drink some water and get ready for the meet. And it's in
You
the
need
light.
more than water, sis, but
No,
go
have
ahead.
Willie
I'm
rub your feet. Have
No,
Willie rub
power
your
and
just
feet,
joking.
peace.
Sister Becky.
Power
I
and
just
peace.
need some
Yeah,
water. That's
shot. You
all.
need a shot. That's what you need. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm
Be
I'm
good,
gonna
man.
fine.
drink
I
some
ain't.
water and get ready for the brothers. It's really gonna be great. I sent you the link, nonetheless, and Nadi, you should have it now. So I
Yes,
see you
mom.
in about 30 minutes, I guess. Bright
Okay.
Modise, we love you and see you. Bye, Sylvia. Love you, sis.
Oh, yeah.
Love you too,
All right,
sis.
love y'all. Peace out.
Okay.
Stay strong,
Bye-bye.
okay? Stay
Oh,
strong.
yeah. Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I wasn't through fighting. I wasn't through fighting. I'm
I
out
know
this
you
bitch.
wasn't. I sent you the email too, Smoke. Please show. It's in like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Damn, I'm gonna have to go check the link and everything.
Yeah. Check the email. It starts in like 30 minutes. Yeah, you definitely got to be there.
All right.
Okay. All right, brother. Talk to you later. Love y'all.